Testing. You dumb motherfucker. Dropping motherfucking headphones and shit. Dropping motherfucking headphones and shit.
Alrighty.
Damn.
Welcome back. Episode number 8.
Son, where'd you find this?
Who says that?
I don't know. I know it's a producer tag.
Yeah, that shit's fire.
Have you seen The White Boy?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that's
maybe.
what I know
A while back. Yeah. Welcome back. Episode number 14. We might have missed an
13.
episode. Is it? Oh, 13?
Yes.
Damn. Oh, 13. I'm losing track.
Next one is 14.
I was getting too ahead of myself. I apologize.
It's okay.
Episode number 13. We missed a couple episodes last week. We kind of changed our schedule around. We're working with what we got to do. We a little busy, man. You know, after work we get a little drowsy, whatever. We got other plans. So schedules for weekends. Uploading. Are we still uploaded during the weekday?
Yeah. So
Okay.
the new schedule is rather than recording during the week like we were before, I had to come to the realization that me and you both end up meeting up really late, causing us to be hella drowsy during the recordings, making it a lot more harder to be like, whoa. So
yeah. Active.
yeah.
So we're trying to do recordings on weekends and have it prepared for you motherfuckers out there.
on the weekdays.
Yeah,
So
for the
therefore on the
weekdays.
weekends we can meet together when we got our most spunk in the days rather than being drowsed out from the bullshit of work.
And no energy and none of that bullshit.
Yeah.
But
So-
episode 13 already. So I had a little bit of an idea, right?
This is a host, Lil Man, other host.
Your host,
Matthias.
little man over here. I apologize. I forgot to introduce myself. I'd be forgetting,
It's
bro.
okay. It's okay.
But I had a little idea, bro. Episode 13 right here. Hear me out, right? We did a little thinking about this, John. I kind of wanted to do a little continuation of what we did on a previous episode where we kind of mentioned about a zombie apocalypse. Remember?
Yeah.
Right?
At the end we kind of
Yeah, we was kind of doing a little plan or whatever. I kind of wanted to go into a little bit more depth in this whole episode. A little themed episode of it. Could we survive a zombie apocalypse? And how will our first week be?
So how would our first week be in a zombie apocalypse?
In this episode, it's gonna be step-by-step process. Like, we gonna get into depth, you know what I mean? And we've came up with a few questions of how we're gonna survive and what we're gonna do. And we're gonna take you on this fucking journey. Hopefully you guys can picture this. You know what I mean? Hopefully you guys can picture the idea that we're going for. In
Hopefully
every
we can
step.
paint a picture good
know what I
enough
mean?
for you and explain good enough for you that you can see what
Agreed.
we're trying to do.
Yes, sir.
So we came together on a weekday and we brainstormed questions and scenarios for it.
Yes, sir. That we did.
And we also came up with somewhat of a setting. It's not much because it's bare bones. It was 9 o'clock at night. This motherfucker was falling asleep, so was I.
Hey, but we wrote down a lot of shit though, even though we was pretty gone.
It was pretty much like, yo, got another one?
Yeah.
Yo.
Falling
got
asleep over here?
yeah.
Oh shit, hold on. I was thinking about
Or
it. I
he's
kind
on
of fell
Clash.
asleep. Yo, I'm addicted to cock, bro. Pause.
Do
Clash
you
of Clans.
want to give your much explaining of the setting, or do you want me to go for? Or?
Explain it, brother.
Alrighty, so this setting is obviously in, where are we from? Massachusetts. We're specifically in Massachusetts. We're not going all over the world. We're not trying to make it seem like it's a fake video game where we can just go wherever. Like it's
We're trying to keep it a little bit realistic, you know?
Like
what I mean?
it's the first
Semi.
week. Your first
Yeah.
week, you're not going across fucking different cities and crossing highways.
Exactly.
And,
You know,
and
you
going all
gotta
these
prepare for
places.
this, John.
Yeah.
You gotta prepare.
But of course, there will be some leeway in some sorts.
Of course.
Some parts. But not The Last of Us. The actual zombie apocalypse this time is The Last of Us thing. Excuse me. So it's The Last of Us universe of zombies. So Last of Us zombie types, Last of Us elements. Are we going based off of show elements where they didn't have spores, or are we going off
Nah,
of game
we're gonna go
off
for
of
it. We're
game
going for
elements?
game,
Okay.
bro.
So obviously, dumb question.
Facts,
So
real
yeah,
shit.
we're going based off of the game mechanics. So spores are a thing.
I mean, show would be a little more realistic, but nah, fuck all that. The show was
Man,
trash.
show ain't
Season 1 was
realistic,
decent,
bruh.
but you know what I mean? It was trash. All right, let's not get off talking about
Yeah,
trash. About
we already
Last
have a
of
whole
Us.
episode on
yeah,
that. But
facts.
If you want to hear how much we hate it, go there.
Yeah.
So we are in Massachusetts, specifically, like the area
Sir.
of Lynn and everything like that.
Surrounding areas.
We're not scared to tell you where we live. Why would we? It's going to be our first 7 days in it. And if it was like a perfect rendition of our 7 days, where everything went according to our way. Of course, realistically, it's not always going to go your way.
Yeah, you're gonna have something in your way.
Yeah, but
Something's gonna
for
pop up.
this scenario and conversation of purpose of conversation, it goes our way in some sorts. Of course, we'll throw in little dilemmas that make us not
Obviously,
100% go our way, but it'll be somewhat along the lines.
And that's what I mean earlier when I said we'll get into depth and then we'll have to create a situation. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do this, but if we do this, then that might happen. So we maybe try to do, you know what I mean? It'll be situations like that.
So that's what we mean by hopefully we can build enough detail for you to see what we're trying to say by
Agreed.
explaining the reasonings behind everything and what we would do. And the way it starts, we didn't really create like a whole story of how it started, how we got together. Oh my god! It was basically our idea was basically we're just here right now in the basement,
And it
just brainstorming. All of a sudden, shit breaks loose.
I don't know where we start hearing.
And guess
alarms,
what?
bro.
It starts on a fucking Monday. And
Out
who
of
the
all
fuck?
days.
Like, I mean, granted, I ain't got work, but still, what the fuck? The heater just went on, so excuse me on that motherfucker. Shout out the
I heard
heater,
that, John.
keeping
Yeah,
me
nah,
warm
real
and
shit, real
toasty.
shit.
Oh, you don't hear that bitch?
I hear that bitch.
Oh, so in the scenario at the beginning, it goes on a Monday. Shit hits the fan. We're downstairs brainstorming. It's the beginning of the
Yup.
day. It's like a Monday morning. We ain't got work. We're chilling, right? Type shit.
We're ready.
We're ready. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, we're downstairs brainstorming. Shit pops off. Zombie apocalypse happen. Shit. A patient zero breaks loose.
Yeah.
Coming out of hospitals. The whole world's going crazy. Everyone's like, "What the fuck do we do now?"
Before all that happened, though,
Yes.
we was just in here in the basement chilling, coming up with ideas out of nowhere. We had the TV playing background noise. You know how we always do.
like we normally do.
Yeah, like we normally do. Out of nowhere, we're on the laptop. Out of nowhere, the fucking TV just shuts down, bro. You see an alarm, the warning.
The warning symbol.
The warning, yeah, bro. You hear that? You hear that talking about this zombie apocalypse outbreak starting. Stay inside, yeah, all that shit. That's what's going on. In between all that moment, when we step outside, you start hearing the alarms everywhere. Yeah, all around. That's all you hear. Motherfuckers going crazy, trying to figure out
You
what
hear
to
in
do
the
next.
background.
Yeah, you hear nothing but sirens, everything around there. And
Type
then
shit.
that's when now we're like, oh shit, you know, it's
Shit's
getting
hitting
real.
the
Shit's
fan.
hitting the
It's
fan,
real.
bro.
It's real.
Yep.
So now,
That's the start of it right there.
so now we're gonna take you down our first few days of questions and scenarios that we came up with over time. Who knows? Maybe as we're talking, we might come up with another one. You don't know. That's the whole purpose of a podcast. But he made me a dedicated question asker. So here we go. So the very first plan that we tried to knotted down, I guess you would say, is what we would do to gather supplies and what places would we, where would we go to gather the first day of supplies, basic needs right off the bat. So basically, gather supplies, go into stores and pharmacies. And so explain your reasons of how you would gather supplies. If you were to go to certain stores, what you would grab, which stores, and if you were to go to a pharmacy, why would you go? What would you get?
So I got a few stores in mind that I would already hit. From start of the outbreak, I'm getting the biggest car that we got. So it's gonna have
That we own?
Yeah. Or you know what I mean, like that we know, like I can use like my mom's boyfriend's. He has a big whip. You can put mash in it, you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Okay, so you're gonna go from my house to your house.
Yep.
Grab the car.
Getting the biggest car that got the most space, putting all the
Okay.
seats back, it's a solo drive.
Okay.
You get in the truck,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Gilbert. Yeah.
Gilbert's
Mr.
truck,
Bishop,
yep. Get his truck,
Yep.
loading that bitch up as well.
Okay.
We meeting up back at your crib, bro.
Yep.
First spot we hitting is gotta be CVS. It's right down the street. We're taking all the meds.
Okay. 'Cause it
Mind
does
you,
have-
though-
and right next is the pharmacy.
Exactly, even better. But mind you though, we're not the only ones with this probably idea, you know what
Yeah,
I
of
mean?
course, of
We got
course.
all the motherfuckers in there.
Of course.
So we looting that, right? We get what we could. I say after that, we drop shit off at the crib. Cause it's all meds, you know, all small shit like that. After that, we go to your crib. After that, I'm planning on getting up to like a Home Depot.
Okay.
Getting wood.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Cause that's the only spot I know that we can get wood, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like stock bulk, you know what I mean? Shit
Yeah.
like that. Bulk, wood, supplies for materials, borders.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if we're able to succeed on that, we're making a trip back to your crib, dropping everything off.
Excuse me.
Same shit. You got a backyard, we're dropping everything there.
Do
Money
you have a backyard?
right there, right? After that, mind you, that just those two trips right there probably gonna take us at least
a while. Definitely probably
I'd-
run into a motherfucker. Who's
yeah, I'd say at least a
hostile.
good some hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To try to get in and out, dropping off, and then go into another store and you know
Yeah.
clearing shit out like that. Excuse me. So that's my idea. The first two stores that come to mind will be a pharmacy, that's CVS, and the pharmacy right next to it. Best options we got is right down the street.
Mhm.
Can't go any better than that. After the Home Depot. After that, I think the next trip we would have to take, I wouldn't necessarily call it like raiding, because you're not really stealing shit. But I would probably try to go to the shop.
already? We
Nah,
haven't even got. We got.
nah,
a lot.
nah. True,
We got a
but
lot.
true. But before that, one spot that we would have to raid, which would probably be the most difficult spot, is any fucking grocery store, anywhere. Market Basket, BJ, shit like that, Price for all that shit. You know damn
I
well.
don't think I'd go for like the most well known, like for like a Market Basket or Stop and Shop or a Shaw's or something like that. You know how like there's those grocery stores that are like there's just one. It's just that
Yeah,
one
true.
small family owned one, or like not even family owned, but it's just like that one.
or
small
even in
one.
general, even
Like
a corner store
for
in
example,
general.
like a Compar or like
Yeah.
or like any of those other little Spanish stores that it's just that one store.
Yeah, and
I've-
if it's a Spanish store, it's even better because you know they got like the canned foods. You know what I mean?
They got
Like,
canned
anything shit
foods.
like
They
that.
have all your Spanish like canned
Yeah,
goods, all
all
your
the-
Spanish fruits and vegetables, and your normal ones. And
They got a variety of options there.
things.
You know what I mean?
So I wouldn't personally like to. If we had to, we had to. But I personally wouldn't like to hit a well-known grocery store because I feel like 99% of everyone around here is
It's
gonna
like I
be
said,
like,
it's gonna be
what's
fucked. It's gonna be packed.
what's a grocery store? No, Market Basket, Stop and Shop, or Shaw's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that's where
Everybody's
they're
gonna
going.
be there. Yeah.
You know, your first thought might not be like a small, like kind of in the corner grocery store or something like that. So I'd personally try to go for that if we're going for a grocery store. For the first couple stores, I would raid like not. I guess you would say raid. Let's be honest, because you're not
Yeah.
paying. You're not paying at this time. You don't give
It's
a
all
fuck
yeah.
now.
It's free for all now.
Oh, and this is where there's no cure, there's no nothing, shit's going, you know, it's every man for themselves. However you want to do it. I would probably go after the corner store that's right down my street. Sucks to say, even though I've been there since middle school, they see me grow up. I'm sorry, I gotta get your shit. Why? It's
Yeah, that's
down
an
my
easy rating.
fucking street. It's right around the
Facts.
fucking corner. I could walk down there. And granted, it's only like chips and little snacks and whatever bullshit like that.
But you can make that's some rations right there.
But that's
bro.
like
You
if
know?
you
Little
was out on an
rations.
adventure and you're like, yo, gang, I ain't gonna be able to like cook a meal. I just gotta have something to
Eat a
like
little candy
put
bar,
a
you're
little
good.
something in my stomach. Just
That's all.
to keep
That's all you
going.
need is a Snickers bar. You're not you without a
Snickers make
Snickers
you
bar.
hungry.
You know what I
if
mean?
you a diva when you're hungry, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly, bro.
So stuff like that. They also have like hygiene care and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They have
like
a variety of
canned
shit.
goods
You know?
and shit like that at that corner store. So I'm taking all that stuff. Third place I'm going. No, second place I'm going. CVS. Same one that you're saying. Why? Because it's a way more variety of different snacks and trinkets and all that stuff. But they also have aisles and aisles and aisles and aisles of over-the-counter medical stuff. Now, and then also they have
That
a
is true.
pharmacy back there. So that's the third place that I'd go to. I'm going to make those two into one for this specific scenario.
Yeah, basically.
So I would also include that one. No, matter of fact, scratch that. I'm going to keep that pharmacy as one because there's a pharmacy right next door that I'd raid as well at the same time period. Why? It's
Oh
there.
yeah. That's
So-
I thought that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, so I would hit the CVS, hit that little pharmacy as much as I can. It's
Fuck
a
yeah.
small one, and it's only really for like orders that come from the hospital. So it's kind of just whatever they have on standby. It's not like a grand
It's not like an
where
actual
like they
CVS
got
you just
shit
go in there
like
and
deep
pick
in
it,
the
you know what
back where it's
Yeah.
like we got this extra supplies in the bag if you need it. So that's why I'd go to the other place because they actually have like actual even like physical like let's say you need medical wraps, purifiers, filters.
All, like, the
all
basic
kinds
shit
of
you could get, you know
Band-Aids,
what I mean?
whether it be sticky or dry gauze or anything like that. So that's the third place I'd hit.
For sure.
And I'm gonna just keep it to 3. Those are my 3 that I would hit immediately if everything went my way.
Yeah, another spot I would hit, or other spots I would kind of think about rating is like little like restaurants and shit like that. Like you know how down the street I got the little restaurant, that little Colombian spot, there's like 2
Yeah.
corner stores right there. I'd rate that store and then that little restaurant. Why? Because they already got they got food there, and I don't think people's kind of like well I mean who knows, but in my mind
No,
I don't
I
think a lot
agree.
of
I don't
people
think
would
that's
be
gonna
like,
be people's
"Let me
first
hit that."
thought.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they want to get like the big
Some
shit. Like you said,
maybe,
you know?
but,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah.
some maybe, but not like a lot of people would be like, "Yo, I'm getting there."
Yeah, I think when shit hits the fan, I think your first like you'll just panic and your first immediate thing is like okay, food, grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
You won't think like
Waters,
let me
shit
go to
like
a
that.
restaurant. I think you'll probably think of that as you kind of go to like let's say you go to a grocery store, you survive that, you go through your supplies, some of it's starting to dwindle. You realize well, grocery stores aren't really viable anymore. They're kind of
Yeah, they're all
ransacked. You're
dry
like,
and
okay,
shit,
what's
yeah.
another place that held food back in the days?
That's why.
Restaurants.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So
I
that's
feel like
another
that's when
spot.
you'll start to like you'll go to different outlets for those resources when you need them.
Definitely, yeah.
So
and all that shit you could freeze it. You know what I mean? So
That
that's like
is
long
true.
lasting shit, bro.
if you can freeze it.
Yeah, if you could
So
for sure.
that's what we would do right off bat for those 3 things. Now, another question we said to me personally, I put this one down. Contact family members to see who's alive. Well, obviously that can go for both of us, but mainly because he's here and his family isn't. So I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I even have another question. Like, what's your family plan?
Facts. Yeah.
like
You want
you-
to get into that right now? Or we can go a little. I mean, that's
Hold on. For me personally, I would contact my dad's side. With respect to my whole entire dad's side, y'all motherfuckers dead. I'm keeping it a stack. Like, let's be honest. Let's keep it a stack. Let's be a spade. Let's be a spade. A spade. Let's
I
be
respect
real in
that.
this
Though. I
scenario.
respect that answer. Heavy.
I know y'all motherfuckers dead. Am I wrong?
Nah.
Some of you will survive. Grand majority of you will not.
Nah, yeah, I'm hurt.
I already accepted that for when the time comes of a zombie apocalypse. Just let that be known. But I would definitely contact my dad, see what the fuck his whole idea is, and I'd pretty much tell him
what our
our basic plan is, and see
Neither
if,
one
and
motherfucker
if-
be like, yo, come through, bro.
yeah, and if he's with it, he's with it. If he's not, then I guess that's when the sad shit happens and families
Yep.
start to divide. But that's really well, I guess I would also contact my sister because she also doesn't live with me anymore. But
That is true.
there's not much I really can do for my sister at that point. You know what I mean? Like, so, as fucked up as
Nah,
that
real
may be,
talk.
but I think in certain scenarios like that, it's like, well, all right, am I gonna sacrifice myself to go get one person and like 2 nephews, or am I gonna stick with my cousin, my mom, my stepdad, and and our plan that we're trying to develop now?
That's
You know what I
survival.
mean? And granted, she's literally on the other side of my city,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
facts,
also
bro.
take that into account. That's not like realistically, as we say, oh, we could
As
just do
easy.
if everything went to our plan. Realistically, that would not really go to a good idea nor plan of like just
Unless they
doing
were
that.
do their own thing, then meet up over here. Then
Yeah,
that's
unless they're
different.
like meet us halfway and we'll start going. You know, okay, maybe, but most likely that probably would not happen. I guess we'll save your
I'll
contact
see.
of your family for when we get to your little man family plan.
Okay.
Considering you just made it seem to be known, you have a whole like kind of an idea. So that's kind of what I would do. Well, my grandma, but that's more my mom's fucking job. I know my dad's side is dead with respect. I put
Yeah,
Um,
but with
uh,
respect, they
so
gone.
and then so in our thought process is from this time now. It's kind of let's say in our mind we thought it would be midday, starting to get night out. So we noted down, lock down the house for the rest of the day and plan our next steps as thinking that it was like almost end of the first day
Yep.
and we were trying to plan for the next. So with that in mind, how would you fuck going to like, let's say we didn't go to Home Depot, right? And we got wood and all this stuff. It's the first day. So let's say out of all the stuff that we just have in my house, you've walked around it, you know what it looks like. Of course, I'll explain it more if you need certain parts explained.
Yep.
But from seeing everything in my house, you've been upstairs in the living room, you've been in the basement. How would you lock it down? What are certain spots that you would prefer to lock down that you in your mind you deem weaknesses of it? And also, what would your plan be for day 2, like your personal plan for day 2? Like
Okay.
if we were like, all right, what's the plan? What would you blurt out in like the group?
All right. All right. So we're kind of at the end of day 1 right here.
Yeah,
This is the point where I'm
nighttime,
gonna
we're
get
trying to-
into like barricading, fortifying the crib with what we got, because we're
Yeah.
gonna be here for a little while. We're not
Yeah.
gonna be. All right. Next day we're out to a whole nother fucking base. Nah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be in here
Probably
for
that'll
at
be like
least like
day
a
3, maybe day 4.
We try to
do
explore, but we'll get into that later. You know what I mean, it's coming up. Don't worry, it's coming up. But end of day 1, end of day 1, we already got a supply. You said we didn't hit Home Depot.
Yeah,
If we
like-
didn't.
Yeah, like let's say we did.
Okay.
It's the first day we didn't have time to go because
Okay.
it's a small. It's not a highway, but people say if you want to practice what it's like to be a highway, get on that street where we're from. I don't really know the
Really?
name. Yeah, that's what my dad has always told me. He was like, if you want to,
Yeah, it is a pretty fuck
if
street.
you, yeah, he goes, if you want to get an idea of what it can be like, he's like, go on that street because it's kind of like you get on and then you're just
Just
kind of
all
going
straight,
straight. It's
yeah.
just a straight and just 2 lanes.
That's
So he
it,
said
yeah.
if you kind of want to practice that, go to that. But so yeah, so it would literally we would have to go.
And that shit gonna be
We'd have to go into
busy.
Salem pretty much because that's
Yeah,
Salem.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you would have to go into another city. So let's say we didn't go
Sure.
to another city that time.
Okay, so all right, so we rated everything CVS besides Home Depot was our main goal to try to get wood to be able to barricade shit. But since
That'll
we ain't
come
got
when we
that,
get to the base.
yep. So like I said, it's all coming later on. Trust the process. So from what I got here though, what I would do to be able to fortify your crib is, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell your mom, yo Maria, we gotta break all these antique tables up. You know what I mean? We gotta
She
break
loves
'em
her
up.
vintage tables. Vintage
Ain't
tables.
shit we can
vintage
do about
chairs,
it
all that
though.
kind of
We
shit.
gotta destroy them, John. So I'm taking them apart.
How would you word that to her?
I mean, look, Maria, look outside. We're in a zombie apocalypse, but do you want this table to be perfect, or do you want it on the walls protecting us? I mean, on the windows protecting us from zombies. You decide. You know what I mean? What you want to do goes, I guess. If you don't, if you want to save your table, that's on you. You know what I mean? But fucking, if she goes with it, I mean, there's no other choice. She's gonna
Yeah.
have to.
So she
You know what
goes
I mean?
with it.
She goes with it regardless. If not, whatever. We gonna have to do it either way. You know what I mean? But
We're the main characters in this world.
yeah, I agree. So we got a table upstairs. We got this table, and then we also got that bench right there. That's what I've been looking at, right?
Mm-hmm. That's a
Uh,
heavy motherfucker.
Facts. You do. I seen you do have a handsaw. A little
Yeah.
old and rusty, but shit, still work.
Metal's metal, bitch.
Yeah,
Metal's
yeah,
metal.
If it's metal that sharp and rusty, it gonna cut through some wood.
Metal's metal.
Might take some elbow grease, but it's gonna get done. So my plan would be break up all tables we have, anything that's wood like that. Break them up into some good solid pieces.
Okay.
Even like just the size of the window. Granted, what's kind of bad is that your living room has like fucking 6-7 windows, bro.
Yeah, but
You
for me
know?
to, so this is where I explain a bit more. You know where when you go into my front door, you look left, you see the couch?
Yeah.
You see those windows?
Yeah.
Those are elevated though. So you can't. No, you have to be at least like 7 foot if you're trying to get in that.
Yeah, because
You're gonna have to put down a ladder if you're like a normal human being. So
Okay.
that's why that place I've thought about. I was like, you see a lot inside.
Yeah.
But then I took into account. I was like, well, you're gonna have to put down a ladder. That's gonna make noise. You're gonna have to then break into the window. And if I push you from that height, you're falling from a decent height straight on fucking concrete. So that's also not gonna feel good. And then. You know where the table's at, the dining table?
Yep.
All those windows, those are also elevated. So you have to, again, put another ladder or be 7 fucking foot and then climb into a window, which actually does not open all the way to the top.
Okay,
It only
so they're actually not that bad.
It only goes halfway. So you would have to open it halfway, shimmy either your head in, and then wiggle where you're in. Or if you can, put your foot in first and then duck under and get in. So it's not like you can just...
tough.
Yeah, so it's not like you can just
go
get
right
yourself in. And if they broke it, okay, well,
Yeah, that's
motherfucker,
a
try to
different
come up
story.
here now. Like, you still
no
gotta climb up
bullshit.
here.
Facts.
The only windows that are sensitive are there. So back to where I said when you open my front door, you look left, you see the couch. There's that desk right there. There's a window right there. That one is right in front of the porch.
Right
So
the door,
you could get on the porch and go into that one. So that one, yes, I would barricade. I agree with you on that one. And then where my mom makes her coffee and the litter boxes and the big plant where the water jug is, those ones are also decently on like ground level. So you can also kind of like put yourself up. So that's another set that I would upgrade. But
So what I would do is I'd cover those windows right there. The 2 ones that you can kind of get easy access to. You know what I mean? Those easy. The 3 of them. Those are easy. Fucking they getting blocked. That's where we're the table's up and we're putting those fucking pieces of wood there at least to hold it up. The other windows though, I was thinking
like the second floors.
No, the main ones that you got, the ones that are elevated.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was thinking instead of like being able to having to put, because we won't have enough materials to put fucking wood on all those windows.
No,
bro.
I mean luckily we got screws and shit over here.
Facts. So. But what I was noticing is though that rack right there, that metal one you got, those poles for them, it'll probably cover from wall to wall.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you would put like a bar.
Right there, yeah, exactly.
Would you try to bend them to fit, or would you just put them straight?
Nah, I'll probably just put them straight.
Straight, yeah.
Only we could bend them only once we get to the shop, because they got the rollers there. But
but by that point, why would you even come back here if you have a whole entire
exactly?
Shop?
Yeah, facts. So I definitely try to get those and plant it on those big ass 4 windows right there. Once that's covered, other windows are covered, all 3 of them. I would say, probably barricade this.
This isn't like the only one that I would barricade from this section is the door that's after this, because it's a little old and it's just 2 bolts.
Not this one, the one.
This motherfucker, I have ran into that bitch like on purpose, trying to get through it just to see it. I have kicked this bitch, thrown shit at it.
Facts.
That motherfucker is solid.
And it's got a good lock on it. That's what I'm saying. So the door before it, the first door, or after, I guess second door over there from this side.
The first door, because it's the first one you'll run into. That one I would definitely barricade.
Yeah, for sure.
That one I would for sure barricade.
That I'd probably put this bitch right here. Well, how does that door open? Does it open outside or does?
Yeah. So they have, if they are coming in, they have to pull
never
it open.
mind. So I'll say if it comes in this way, we could have put this rack at an angle where they wouldn't be able to push it in at all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would probably try to tie something or bolt something to the door, tie it to this door, because this door opens inwards. So if they were to pull it, it'd be pulling against the door, and the door's not gonna get pulled inwards because that's not how it functions. It's everything.
Yeah, that is true.
The way that door was built, it will not allow it to go inwards. So if they were to try to, they would have to pretty much rip the door from the hinges off the wall through that little fucking doorway. You know what I'm saying? Like they'd have to rip it off.
Yeah, if
so
anything, it's gonna be like
not be easy.
Nah, hell no. And if you're gonna, I said that'd probably be the best idea. Just
so if they're like pulling it,
tie it.
It's gonna be locked by that door
from that right there.
Yeah, and if so, they're literally gonna have to with all their might pull a whole door through a fucking whole doorway.
And I would probably use
somehow.
If I could find one, I'd probably use a chain.
That'd be
instead
smarter.
of like a you can use like a thick rope.
But if they were able to cut it,
exactly.
Yeah.
With the chain, you're gonna have to fucking saw that.
Think
bitch,
of everything,
you know?
peoples.
Yeah, so I would use the chain.
Slacking.
Nah, hell no. I'd use a chain to hold that bitch down.
Yeah, if we could, or for the first day, rope. You know what I mean?
I mean, we could make some because we got a bike chain that could probably work.
I don't think that's long enough though.
I got my bike chain too.
I still don't think that's long enough.
Nah. Yeah, nah, definitely not. I don't think so. No. You got any more bikes?
No.
Sheesh.
You got no more bikes.
Then yeah, so it has to be rope up until we could get a chain or something to really hold it down.
Yeah, it'd
That
have
would
to
be
be
my
most
plan.
likely. Yeah, because I don't have any. I'm trying to like think right now. I mean, you could use like for extension cords.
I was thinking the same
cords,
thing too. Yeah, I was
for
thinking the same
example.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could use like those. Considering
Think
those
that's
aren't just like if you were to cut that with a knife, you could do it, but it'd be a bit more of a challenge because of the rubber and then cutting through the copper and then cutting through the rubber on the other
Yeah,
side.
they're thick too.
Yeah, it'd be a little bit tougher than if it was just generic rope where, like, let's say you didn't have a good, like, constant force on it, you just kind of slashed it over time.
Even if you could just get the tip
Yeah.
just barely over
Yeah,
and over
if
and
you
over,
just
that shit
constantly
getting cut.
slash a rope, you might weaken the fibers and slowly it'll.
And be able to like, yeah,
Yeah.
and the more you soften it, the more you can pull it open and then
Yeah.
slice it
And
even
then
more, and then
as,
boom.
yeah, and as you're
Now
pulling
that
it,
shit's
you
ripped.
weaken it and you
Yep.
make it tighter pulling. So when you slice it, it's a tighter surface, meaning there's less resistance. So it just has
It
to get
slices
cut.
even better,
Yeah.
even easier.
Type shit. I would definitely. Well, for both of my front and back door, we have a kick stop. So when those are activated, if the door was unlocked and they open it, it hits the kick stop. So they have to like kick it. They have to kick the kick stop off of the wall, off the door frame.
Yeah.
So it has to get unbolted, kicked, unbolted, fly off, and then the door will open at that point. But even so, even though I still have that, I would like put like a table or something where it pins it against the stairs. At
Like
an
putting a
angle.
chair under a doorknob.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, so it doesn't allow it to open if at all. Like you can't twist the doorknob. You
Yeah.
can't even if push it a slight bit. You can't. Do
It
none
ain't
of that.
budging.
Yeah, I
It
would
ain't
try to
budging.
do that.
You don't need a battle ram for that shit.
Yeah, and then same for the back door. I would do the same.
Yeah, I was a little worried about the back door.
I'd do the same. Only thing I'd probably do different is probably put something that pins the door because it opens inwards. So
I was thinking of just putting the couch
was
door at the end of the night.
pins. Motherfucker, I'm trying to sleep on that bit.
You got this couch right here.
That's true. Low-key, I would take
got your
my.
bed
I'd
at the
low-key.
top.
I think I'd take my bed mattress and just like put that shit somewhere like block it, bitch. Not even sleep on that bitch. Fuck, I gotta get used to these.
Nah, I was
floors.
thinking like the couch more because the couch is actually like a frame. You know what I mean?
I gotta get. Oh, that's true.
So like you legit won't
That's
be
true.
able.
There's
And if it's
actually,
covering
like,
the
wood
whole
and shit in
yeah,
there.
if
Yeah,
you
that's
cover
actually
the
true.
whole thing.
That's true.
That skinny part you cover it from the fucking the
hallway
table.
that allows you to take the right into the
Yeah,
kitchen.
into the whole thing. It'll block that whole thing.
Yeah,
If they open that, they can't. They
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to.
they wouldn't be.
So
able to
that was
Good
what I was
idea.
planning.
Go over his plan
Right
actually.
there.
Yeah.
And the front door, you could probably do the same because your door is kind of, I want to say parallel, but like once you walk in, the stairs is a little bit to the right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
to
front
the
door,
right,
so you
yeah,
could probably try to
towards the
put-
door to the-
Yeah, you could probably try to put another couch right there, blocking that way.
I have two different couches.
Yeah, so you could probably put one
I have
on each
one
right there.
small one and one huge one.
Exactly.
If that huge one can come into different pieces, then yes.
Yeah, exactly. If not, we would have to cut it.
Yeah.
But either way, we gonna have to cut it.
Cut it.
Yeah, cut it. But I was thinking maybe the best spot to sleep would probably be down here. To be hunkered down would probably be the basement. Second would be up top.
I'd fortify the basement windows because they're literally on
Yeah.
ground level.
The windows that's for sure,
Yeah,
bro.
I'd fortify those heavily.
Like with the windows, you could take that black thing apart right there.
Honestly, gang, I may swap. That other rack that I have in there.
Oh, you got another one in there. I
I
forgot.
might
Yeah,
take
never
that one
mind.
down
Yeah,
and just fucking
put two
bolt
bars
that
there.
shit.
Money.
Yeah.
Money. That shit ain't
Motherfuckers
gonna-
probably wondering how the fuck are these two motherfuckers gonna do that? Well, we got
We
over
got
here
tools, yeah.
to my right. We got little fucking frame holders and screws and
And we also got connections. Don't forget.
drills and stuff. Yeah, if those connections are still alive,
Yeah,
I'd be
facts.
willing to help.
Real shit.
But and also we kind of have a general understanding of how that works due to our field. Luckily, it's like when you
Yeah,
start a
little
video
bit,
game and you get
a
to pick your
little bit.
background stats.
Yeah, facts.
So now with the point of fortifying the house down, what would your next plan, like if me and you were like, okay, what's the next steps? Like, all right, so let's
Get
say
some
my
rest.
dad and not my dad, my stepdad and my mom, let's say they were asleep, right? They ended up passing out, and it's just me and you awake. Like, what what would you say to me
That's
as
when I
your
would.
plan and idea, and then I'll try to.
That's when I would come up to you and be like, all right, everybody's sleeping. Shit's fortified. I'd say the next thing we would have to do is take a trip midnight, late night, where it's
Damn.
hopefully empty. I mean, you got it, bro. It's zombie apocalypse. If you want to go out and do some shit, you got to do it in nighttime where there's not a lot of people out, but it's some zombies, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But it's not where like it's daytime where everybody's running around
Mhm.
and there's like cops everywhere or whatever.
So wait, hold on. We just fortified the house and then we're gonna unfortify it to leave.
Well, we're gonna have an exit, bro. You know what I mean? We can't just be locked in here.
So what? All right. So in the
Well, with
fortifying
that-
process, what's your exit?
All right, so this was my idea. Second floor of your crib.
Yeah.
Alex's old room.
Yeah.
She has that little window that leads to the outside.
Yeah.
If we could build,
Hold
I mean-
on. That just threw me off because I think I know what you're gonna say, like a little rope or something. Like
assumption, or even just like a
Bro,
ladder.
Before, sorry to get off topic. Let me tell you something. My sister snuck out the house one day when she was in her teenage years. She tied her bed sheets
Facts,
and
yeah.
my stepsister's bed sheets
I
from
remember.
her bed together. She then tied them to her bed, and she literally rappelled out the window with bed sheets. And she did it. She succeeded. She got out
That's
the house,
crazy.
rappelled down, and went out and had her
Z-
night. Had
yeah.
a night. She came back, and she rappelled back up the.
Savage.
Yeah, she rappelled back up the fucking rope because I remember my stepsister slept in her room so that when she got the text message, she didn't have to go across and open another door.
Yeah,
She was already
yeah.
there.
With the
So she
window.
just literally threw it back out, held it, and she just climbed back in. When I found
Wow.
that the fuck out, bro,
That's
I was like, there's no way
crazy.
I'm dead Mimis across the hall and you're out here fucking Call of Duty Ghost going down a building rappelling right now.
Literally,
There is
yeah.
no way. For what? To get fucked up for a night with some random people? Granted, probably had fun. You know what I'm saying? Looking back
sure.
on her, she'd be like, yeah, I had a great time. I'd do it again.
Yeah,
But
she probably didn't regret it.
Yeah, of
You know what I
course.
mean?
If I probably did the same thing, I probably wouldn't either.
Nah,
you know what I
real
mean?
shit.
It's lore. But it's still,
That's what it
the
is,
crazy
yeah.
factor is the matter is that there was a girl in our neighborhood where everyone was sleeping was like, I'm rappelling out this bitch tonight.
Fuck yeah.
So
Nah, literally.
That's just a little story. of my
Literally,
sister.
that shit's funny how she actually did that.
You don't
bro.
know my sister, but that's a little bit of a
But,
taste of her.
Real shit. Which I respect it though. I really do. So
Shout
I
out
was
my
thinking of
sister.
using that window as a entrance and exit.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was thinking, I don't know what would be the easiest way. You know what I mean? Because it's hard. One person would have to stay in the crib like at all times.
Most likely my mother.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking the same thing.
To be honest, I do not like knowing my mom. I do not think she would want to
Nah, hell
go
no.
out like to scavenge for anything.
Nah, definitely.
I think
not.
she'd only do that if she was like ultimately forced to, like like it was. The
Yeah, like
only
when we
option
leave this
she
crib,
had.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To go find a new one.
yeah.
But so if she's gonna be at the crib at all times, bro. We would have to make like a little whistle or some shit so she can know to throw down the ladder and bring it back up. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what my plan would be. Doors are fortified. We can't open it. We ain't gonna risk that. There's a window right there. Ain't nobody gonna reach down unless they
Okay,
got
so
the
wait,
ladder.
hold on. If we're doing a midnight raid, then that contradicts the parents sleeping. Because how it, well,
Well, she can
unless
see,
they
but
don't-
we got to. You know what I
unless
mean?
they don't, unless we just leave the rope down.
I was thinking that too, but you never know.
That's what I'm saying. Like it kind of contradicts like the idea of like.
Well, I mean, yeah, that, but I mean, also, but if we're leaving, we're gonna have to let her know, bro. This is fucking zombie. Like, yo, you tell
That's
your
true.
mom,
That's
like,
true.
we're gonna
Yo,
be
we're
out.
about to dip out.
Yeah,
So sleep in, but like, okay.
sleep in her room. And is she a light sleeper?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she wake up if I do like this whistle right here, you know what I mean? Because that shit is
Just
loud.
do it. Just move your mic away. Just do it. Give
I
it
can't
feel,
perfect it every
give
time.
it a feel for the peoples.
That shit is tough.
Try to.
Little
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I think she would hear that. Yeah.
I mean, but I mean, I can do it louder
Mhm.
if I'm outside. You know what I mean? So she would wake up to that.
Yeah.
All right, so
Gang,
we can
I've
do that.
opened my door, took one step out the fucking hallway, and I
Do
see in
that.
her head like pop up.
All right, so we could do that. So that would be my plan. Have her aware that we're out, and if she hears that, she knows. I open that, throw it, boom, we in.
Damn, I ain't got no
Set aside.
trash. Oh, I do have trash right here.
So that'd be my plan right there, to be able to get in and out the crib, without having to unbarricade everything
Okay.
and risk it.
So in our fantasy world of the zombie apocalypse, that is our plan.
Yep.
Okay.
What do you think?
If I was told in this moment, yo, we're gonna go on a 12 o'clock raid, I'm gonna look at you and be like, you're fucking crazy. If we are to, you better have a goddamn plan. Like, what is your idea?
So this is what I was gonna get
Where
into.
am I going? Like, where are you taking
So it wasn't
me?
gonna be a raid. It'd be a scout mission. Was what we would do.
Okay.
Since we already kind of got some.
You're leading this night off.
All right. So since we kind of got a little bit of materials, the scout. First thing we would try to do is head back to those to like a Home Depot, whatever.
'Kay.
What are those stores called? What are those called? Like warehouse stores.
would say construction supply stores,
Right, like
considering
a-
that people who do construction go there, contractors go there,
Right.
construction
Okay.
companies go
So
there,
any of those
hardware
stores right
store.
there. Yeah, any of those stores, but you can find materials, wood, shit like that. We would
Yeah.
try to scout that and possibly do a little raid or maybe grab what we could. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
with whatever car we got. And I scout that just so we
Excuse
can
me.
have an idea of what we could do. We don't have to do it that night, but we
Excuse
can do it the next night. But knowing that for sure, it's gonna be at nighttime. It's not gonna be as populated. You know what I mean? We got a little feel of how it is already at nighttime.
Mhm.
So we would scout that, or I would want to scout that and these spots like that. Second spot would definitely be in the shops. Definitely scout the shops, see how it is, see if anybody's even broken in or whatever, see how it is, right? Both shops. And then after that, I'd say we come back to the house, reroute, and then that's when we kind of plan for the next day. So by that time, at like midnight, say we go out at midnight to do a little scout. By the time we come back, I'd say it's about like 2, 3 in the morning. Because mind you, we're not just hitting one store and coming back. We're scouting. You know what I mean? We're going out to a couple stores and then a couple shops. And shops is a little distance from each other. You know what I mean? We
Yeah,
gotta
hitting
leave-
on highways, gang.
Yeah, we got like 15 miles between them. 15, 20 miles between our shop and his shop. Our work spots. So those would be the 2 main spots, or you know, to scout, to be able to plan a raid and plan what the fuck we could do in there.
Mhm.
So by then, that's done. We got a little bit of an idea. We got a little bit of a feel how it is midnight. You know what I mean? So we got that done. Cheers, brother. Don't mind, I'm gonna hit it as well. Sorry for a little break.
Going to both of the shops at the same day is going to be the hardest challenge of it all.
Probably, yeah.
Of that whole entire night op. Okay.
But that would be my plan for the night out. Our little scouting mission was to scout those spots, plan it out, see what we could do. You know what I mean?
Excuse me. Okay, so that would be the general thesis of our plan if everything went our way. So now, of course, after all that, the scouting, the gathering supplies, it's the beginning of the next day. We wrote down that we would take an account of all of our supplies that we actually got in that one day, everything including in the house that was already here. So that would mean any medical supplies that we have, any foods, weapons, clothing, or anything along that lines. And we also outlined that we'd like to at least try to find an actual physical map. Now that'll probably be the hardest thing because I've actually never seen an actual physical map of my city. Never, ever. Highly doubt. I'm sure those things exist, but I feel like to get that normally would be a pain in the fucking balls.
Yeah,
So
I was thinking maybe museums would have them, or like history spots. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Even if they do have it, it may not even be a modern version because it's a historical
facts.
museum. It's only gonna have like his past history.
True.
It's not
That
like a
is a fact.
modern museum. I will say this: knowing my house off the bat, I can do this real quick. We do not have any sort of fucking weapons. I mean, I personally got like weapons, but like in terms of like
Yeah,
my
same here.
family themselves also have weapons in this house. No. I'm probably the only one, and I only really got like 2, 3 different things, and that's it. It's basically like a sword, a couple daggers, long knives, and more knives. That's basically it for weapons.
Shit.
So you can take that into account. For food, we do not have. Well, we have some, but we don't have a grand selection. If I'm like thinking of it like right now, like the supplies in my house right now, I would say we have food for maybe. For how I eat, I could probably last that shit fucking couple weeks if I'm being honest, because I'm not really a big eater. But like if it was to feed like a whole bunch of people, like for instance 4 off top bat, I'd say you probably got like maybe a week's worth if you
Okay,
if
not
you
bad.
scarce it a little bit. And then for clothes, I mean I know I got clothes. I know you're not really gonna have your clothes here, but granted, some of mine may fit you. Also, some of my stepdads may fit you. My mom's gonna have all her clothes here, so those
She
two.
got her wardrobe ready.
Yeah, so
cuz.
those two. So that's
What
like
is he
off the bat,
talking about?
right?
Yep.
I also noted down that I would low key check social medias, cause it's a fucking zombie apocalypse with social media. You gotta check it. You gotta see the fuck shit going on.
Yeah, you gonna see a
Knowing
lot
my
of shit.
generation, someone's gonna be making a joke or having an ass hat out of it. So I gotta see and get a little laugh at.
before
but
everything shuts down.
type shit. But to be honest, it won't really matter, and it's not like a real thing. So now, if we were, so we put it down, home bases. So in this kind of little area of this topic, we're going to be discussing where would we want a home base? How would we want the home base? Like real in our area, like objective area. Like I remember you explaining to me like you would like it to be like on a hill and There won't be.
Yeah.
There's only like kind of one way to go to it, but like there's no real air spots like that where we live that we know of course.
That is true.
That
yeah.
have that. You know what I mean? So realistically, we won't be able to obtain that. So with the areas and with our areas that we know of and the places that we've seen, what are the bases that we would like to? What are the places we'd like to make bases? Of course, you've seen him name it 20 different times. Shop, where he works. He also mentioned another shop. It's where I work. So go ahead, explain the reasons of why you would want your shop to be home base.
Home base is a little tougher shop because you mentioned it once that the shop I work at is a lot of fucking windows.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they're thick ass windows, you know what I mean, but there's still a lot of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then let's be honest, zombie apocalypse. We've seen it in video games and shows, movies. Motherfuckers will drive a whole car into that shit. Because why? It's a zombie. They don't give a fuck. If they have already a home base, they don't care about yours.
Real shit. Yeah, I agree. But you know, all right. What something I could do in the shop? What I was thinking might be a lot of work, but you know those you know how the frame of the windows, they're like made out of probably like aluminum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just painted black, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's metal.
Yeah.
Right. So I was thinking maybe get some thick aluminum, because you know aluminum's not heavy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got some weight to it, but like a 1/4 inch aluminum got some weight to it, but you know it's thick, so it's protection. You know what I mean? It's pretty thick. So I was thinking maybe cut up some big ass pieces and just put them horizontally across the windows.
Mm-hmm.
Just weld them right there, all aluminum welds. And with that, if the window were to break, they wouldn't be able to get in, because either you would have to be very, very fucking skinny and like no bones to go under the fucking little crevice of where the window is and the
meets the concrete.
And the concrete between that and then the sheet of aluminum, the thick plate, the aluminum plating, I should say.
Yeah.
And then the top, you're gonna have to be a tall motherfucker to be able to jump on that shit. You know what I mean? So I cut up, I forget how much windows in it, but either way, I cut up enough for the windows, weld them bitches on there. Boom, all the windows are protected right there. You ain't getting in that bitch. Only way is probably like you say if you ram a fucking car in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you'd have to go very, very fucking fast, because
And your car would have to be very armored.
it ain't going regular.
You can't ram like a generic car.
Nah, not through that type of building.
Granted, it's metal on metal, but it's
But also
if it's metal that's fortified, that is already set, it doesn't have, and it's not gonna just give way. For instance, you're hitting like a solid fucking object. You're not hitting like something that's just going. Doink!
Yeah, and by
like
welding, I mean like it's gonna be welded all around. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a perfect fit where you can weld just the bottom joint and then all.
That's what I
up
meant.
and
Like
then the
if
right.
you have an item that's kind of like set, it's not giving you a resistance. It doesn't have a point where it's like I'm gonna give away.
Yeah, and
You're
like
hitting
those,
a solid object.
yeah, exactly. And those of you, if you don't know like how strong a weld is, you might not think, oh, they just welding a piece on there. Anybody can ram that shit out. And a weld is fucking strong.
If you lay a good weld, like a thick one, a solid one, and it got in there, did everything that it was supposed to do, you have motherfucker. Skyscrapers are held up by the shit, bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Nah, that is fact.
Military fucking vehicles are built by that shit,
by
bitch.
fucking welds.
Yes, so yeah.
Even tank, like I pick a tank, bro. That shit's all welded up.
Yeah,
everywhere.
military tanks have their frame is welded.
It's all welded.
All aircrafts are welded. All ship vehicles are welded. Your
And
cars
they're
are
that
welded.
strong because of the fucking welds.
Yes, the welds
So
will
you ain't
hold it
ramming
all
that
together,
shit.
and they
You don't-
wouldn't fucking put welds in every single goddamn mechanical vehicle
Nah,
if it
deadass.
couldn't hold it.
Exactly. And if you want to break through the window, you have to bring a forklift and go full speed and put the forks on the actual plating and just fucking ram that bitch. It might even dent it, but who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With all that weld, so I'd weld all that shit if we were to make that home base. Like if that was the spot where we're there for like however months or whatever.
Yeah, that's
spot.
where you would want to like. This is
In
where
that
this
spot.
is home. This is the new home.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And so I'd barricade all that shit right there. Another thing is we got a few doors in the back. Those shits are shut out automatically. I'm blocking that shit. You know what I mean? Like permanently blocking that. Best spot would be second floor. You can set traps on stairs. You can also on both stairs, and also way up and down is you can use forklifts.
Yeah, because
You can use the fork to just zoom real quick. You know what I mean? Exactly. And say somehow like first floor's got like raided or whatever.
They're able to breach the first.
Yeah,
floor.
they're able to breach the first one. We just got to protect the second floor, right? If you're in the first one, you're in the fork. And I already told you this before. The forklift is getting fortified. Forklift is probably going to be the first thing that's going to get fortified besides the windows. it's gonna be the fork. Plates of steel all around the top, round everything. Somehow I would try to make a door where we could open it and shit like that and lock it inside. So you could be protected at all times in the fork. You know what I mean? Regardless. And then every plate for the fork, I would try to add like sharp spikes, you know what I mean? Like on the side doors. Try. I don't know where we can get shit like that or make it or whatever. Which we probably could, you know, we could just get fucking like
You could. That's if like the actual like power is still on.
yeah, exactly. That is true.
And in this 7 days, it is.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the first week,
I feel like in the
first 7
week
days.
I feel like it'd still be on.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just to try to get the whole population settled or whatever.
Not only just
shit
that,
like
I feel
that,
like if
like
like let's say no humans went to like their jobs that run that, I think they would run it by themselves, like the actual things by themselves for a certain amount of for a little while until they
Yeah,
run
like, it
into
would
like
probably
an actual
go-
mechanical failure.
Yeah, it'll probably go into like the emergency system, and then
Yeah.
once that's done, it's
And
like,
then once
alright,
that shit
there's no more
burns out
power.
or
Yeah.
something pops and the person would normally fix it or prevent it
That shit
beforehand,
ain't happening no more.
yeah, that's when it goes
But
off.
if the first 7 days have electricity, theoretically we do in this
Yeah.
week.
What if it's day 2?
I mean, yeah, facts. So I try to get as much as out of that shit done, weapon wise, because you didn't need electricity to do all the welding and shit like that. So and we have a container there that's full of like different stock, and we got a lot of
Oh, but I'm just bringing the counter to mind. That's gonna make a lot of noise.
the what?
The whole entire shop.
Yeah, I mean it would, but you wouldn't hear it outside though. Like you don't hear none of that
don't hear
shit.
your shop outside?
Nah,
You don't hear the
bro.
punch anymore?
Only the punch. That's the only thing.
That
But we're not gonna be
motherfucker's
using.
loud.
Fuck it,
That
bro. You hear that
motherfucker's
shit from when
loud.
you pull in the driveway. You just doom doom. I'm like, God damn. When I'm in my whip, I'm like, damn,
That
son.
shit's loud.
But we're not gonna be using that shit. Main reason is because of noise.
'Cause
And,
it's
the
loud.
noise attracts the fucking zombies. So the punch. Yeah, like you were saying though. Outside the shop, I don't hear no
Okay,
noise.
okay,
Even when all that
good,
shit is
good.
running, only thing you hear is just the punch. Everything else is silent, literally. You know what I mean? And so I do all that. I'd fortify the fork, the windows, and then after that, I would do one. I'd make one fork strictly for transporting. Not transporting. Like lifting us up to the second floor. You know what I mean? So I'd put like, I don't know, like 1/8 inch thick plating on the forks and weld it right there, so we can get at least like a pretty good size too. You know, you can get at least like 5-6 people on the plane, just lift them up and boom, down the second floor, easy, save money, shit like that is what I would do. And trap wise though, for the stairs, what happened?
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Trap wise for the stairs, that's something I want to think about a little bit, is how we would set traps for the stairs. That's something I would want to think about.
How would you like prep that? Well,
If we weren't using any stairs, like if all right, so we got 3 staircases that lead to the second floor, right? I would say the one main one that we would use would be the one on the far left once you walk in the bay door, because it's away from any windows, any doors, shit like that.
the one that I came up to when I surprised you that one time, right? Right next to where the punch is?
Yeah, right, that one right there. Yeah, that's the one. So that'd be the main one. The rest of them, I just fill it up with fucking oil. Oil, bro. I mean, you got a shit ton of them. You know what I mean? Anybody walking, they ain't walking that shit up at all, bro. You know what I mean? Am I wrong?
No.
You would have to really
It'd be
grab
difficult.
the rails.
You'd make a lot of noise.
Yeah, facts. But you would have to, like, if somebody wanted to get up there, you would have to grab the railings. You know what I mean? Like,
Would you
really
already
grab it.
pre-oil it, or would you have it like set up so like let's say like the raid is starting, and you're like, all right.
Nah,
time
those are already pre-oiled.
into defense mode.
It's already oiled up, bro. You know what I mean? Like, those stairs is already covered, bro. Already, regardless. So, I don't know. I don't think it would dry out either.
It would eventually.
Right,
It'll
eventually, yeah.
take a little while, but it will eventually.
Okay, but so I would probably just leave oil all on them stairs.
It'll dry mainly because of like dust. Like as dust
Yeah,
starts to build
true,
up and
true.
collect on it, it slowly starts to like get evaporated,
little
like
sticky
soaked up
shit,
by it,
yeah.
and then
You'll feel the
just
little
air
film.
and oxygen will also help. But yeah,
True that. So I'd barricade. Well, not barricade, but I'd set those stairs with just straight oil and shit like that. And then the other stairs, that would be the main up and down. Besides the fork as well, you know what I mean? But that's kind of what the first floor would look like. All windows barricaded, all doors shut off. Fucking the fork is fortified. Oh, like I kind of got off topic, but what I was saying about making the spikes for like the fork and shit like that, We got in the container. We got like stock of solid tubes like cylinders.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And rods, I should say, rods like that, but
Mhm.
thick ones. They'd be like 1/2 inch thick, so it'd be like thick rods. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Cut them up to like fucking shit. I'd say like 7-8 inches. I say decent enough, like to have some space, and then you can use that the
So
belt grinder.
basically, if y'all motherfuckers don't
Oosh.
understand, he's the motherfucker in like video games that when you run up to it and like that faction, that you look at them and they're like it's all metal, it's all rusted, spikes are all over the place. Think of like the very spiky people from like Mad Max. Like you see their
Yeah,
cars,
like that.
how they got spikes everywhere. It's all rusted. It's all welded and that's basically him in like in the faction. Like that's him.
I guess, yeah, bro.
That's basically what he would be.
And
Like,
yeah.
you remind me of as you're explaining the Raiders or the Iron. I forgot what they were called, but it was like a fire like faction. But you from like Fallout, where like you look at them and all their shit is just rusted metal, like
That's fire,
and just
though.
and like
That's fire.
spiky. That's what I'm getting the vibe of.
I respect that though. I ain't gonna lie. I respect that. I don't know what you was talking about, but I guess I fit it.
Yeah.
I never played any of that.
You've never watched Mad Max Fury Road?
Never watched it. No.
What the
Yeah, I
fuck?
watched the trailer. Like I know what you're talking about. How they look spiky, but like they look like they got like fucking football gear on because it's so thick. But like they got spikes under pants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've seen like the trailer. I've seen them and shit, but I never watched it or
Oh,
played
that's
it.
a good ass movie.
I've heard. But yeah, so I'd fucking sand those bitches down into a nice fucking point. Like how you stand in a fucking tungsten. You know how you do that circle motion and gets that point just like that. Roll it over into like that. Boom. Once it's flat, grind off the little bottom, make it flat. Boom. Weld the pieces right on the fucking plates of the fork, and then boom. That's that. And then
Realistically, all this could work.
it could.
Like it all could happen if everything went to plan.
But yeah, if everything went to plan, but it's doable. It's all
It
doable.
is.
Shit we
It
could do
is.
with the knowledge we got. We could do.
It is.
And after that, once we get set up, that's probably a whole fucking days plus work right there.
That's definitely more than a
You know what I
day's
mean?
plus.
Yeah, facts.
That's like all the fortifying the forklift. That's all shit like way later down in the road. That's like not happening day 2.
Nah, definitely not. I agree.
That's like at least a couple weeks in. You know.
You think so? Nah, I'd say
Yeah, I feel like if it was I feel like we're gonna have way bigger fish to fry than just like base HQ. I feel like going on supply runs is almost gonna be like almost a daily thing.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's what I'm
Like-
saying. Like most things we would have to do like at nighttime, because daytime we're trying to do fortifying and shit like that, and actually kind of
Shit,
preparing.
you
I
tell
guess,
you
but, like,
expect me to work all day doing all that shit, then run out at night?
nah, but bro,
Nah, that ain't happening. It's either we going on race today or
Cuz
we working
said
all day
that.
today.
that's wild. That's wild. But so what's that day? What are we at, like day 3-ish?
Let's say you did all that day 2, okay? Yeah,
shit.
you would definitely be at day 3. I was thinking of like my job, but knowing how yours is built, it is better for the sense of it. It is more ground. It is more, you do have more, I guess, machinery tooling. You have more space. I would also say you have probably a better location because you're not directly in a city. You're in like what would you call it? Like a work plaza.
Yeah.
So you're not like directly surrounded by a bunch of people. You're kind of like off a highway. So you're not directly meted by residential buildings. So if people come to you, it's going to be purposefully. Like they're going to have to
Definitely,
kind of
they're trying to-
They're definitely going to have to drive through a whole entire work field. Well, that factory,
sure.
that factory, that's the place. You know,
Yep,
they're going to have to go
exactly.
through everything. I don't think my shop would be good, but also it has a lot of flaws and unflaws. But as I'm starting to like think of all of the pros and cons of it now, there's one con that kind of overrules it that tells me like I wouldn't want to live there. Is that when it
Which
rains
is?
pretty heavy, it seeps through the roof.
Oof.
And honestly, I don't really want to fucking have to deal with that in a zombie apocalypse.
Nah, real shit.
Or like The Last of Us. So I kind of agree. I think I would also. Originally, I was gonna be like, oh, maybe I have a counter argument. I don't, because realistically, if everything went to plan, that'd probably be the place that I would be like, yeah, that's smart to link in.
CNC shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Also, in the shop, I was thinking besides the shop, I was thinking across the street there's a little airport. I was thinking maybe that. Reason being is because there's fences all around it already.
Oh,
And like,
for sure that. For sure that airport is being converted to like a military thing.
That's what I was thinking, bro.
You're not taking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If like,
Well,
let's
even
say,
better than if it's well, I don't know.
No, but I mean,
know.
if it's like second day, you're not taking that. You yourself are not taking that over with a fucking
Nah,
machete.
hell no,
You're
bro.
dying. There is boom, you're instantly
Yeah.
dying. So like, if I'm being realistic, if the U.S. government or like the police force around here didn't use that airfield as like a ground military base, they're absolutely retarded. Because
So
like
we
he
would
just
kind
said,
of be safe, but then kind of not, because then the more people there, the more noise. You know what I mean? But sure, we got protected. We're right across from it. You know, legit. Like you could walk.
yeah, you
up the
can
hill.
literally walk. Yeah.
So I guess we're kind of protected because we got some military around us or whatever. If shit comes,
Shit,
and
that
it
area
hits
may
the
be
fan.
very clustered.
That's what I was.
May be
Yeah,
very packed
exactly.
and very clustered.
That too.
So they honestly may even close off like the surrounding area.
That-
so, you know
yeah.
what I mean, but like, let's just say like a video game, they just stayed there.
Yep.
It wouldn't be bad, but you definitely would not be able to like just walk to like the airport. They would 100% shoot you
Nah,
on
hell
sight.
no. Yeah,
And
I
if they
agree.
don't convert that, they're stupid. Like I said, you got to be retarded because that is.
Figured they
It's
would.
literally like
They
if you
would.
if you hold that down, you have a staple in that city. So now, what would you do? Now let's get to your family plan. Like all this, you left my house. We left my house. We went to all the way to your job. Where's your job located?
Beverly.
You're all the way now in Beverly. And also, we don't care to tell you where we work. Again, if you're going to show up to our jobs, you're a weirdo.
Want an autograph? By all means.
You may get, I'm not going to lie, you may get run over by a fork truck.
Especially if I'm driving it.
That is true. He's not certified.
Hey,
He only drives it when he's only, no, like he's certified, like he can drive it, but he's not certified in terms of like actual paper.
Oh, fact, yeah.
He's illegal. ICE.
Yeah, technically.
So, what's your family plan now?
I got no family plan, bro. They're all dead.
So, what?
I'm like,
Okay, so hold on.
so the-
Realistically, how do you think your family would survive long?
Nah, and main reason being is because of the two little kids. They loud, and that's
I didn't think
why.
of that.
That's one of the main reasons why is that I said, well, I didn't mention it in the episode, but another spot that I would want to rate is like a Guitar Center to get all that foam, the sound canceling foams, shit like that. So I would so upstairs, I don't know if you've been to the offices room. I don't know if you've been there in CNC.
Oh yeah, I've walked
Where
around.
like Derek's
it,
out,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
That little area. So I'd set up Chuck's room for those kids. You know what I mean? If they're there, you know what I mean?
Yep.
'Cause I'd put all the soundproofing all around. Like I said, because they're loud, you're going to have to need that noise reduction.
Do you think even if it was a zombie apocalypse and they saw all the fuck shit going on, you still think they would be loud?
I think so.
You really truly don't think they would like kind of clock like, oh shit, like it's not shit
The
ain't.
youngest one? Nah, probably not, bro. Especially if you're just inside a building.
How old is the youngest
He's about to be 4.
one? Yeah, that may be a
So
little.
they don't really understand, but yo, you can't be making noise, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Or knowing what's really going on.
True, but I mean, also kids do go through some trauma experiences and they see, oh, that's bad. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
try to write that
facts.
thing at all.
Nah, that's true. If you used to see some shit, then probably, yeah.
But let's say they're loud.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so you
so
would like
that's
to raid a Guitar Center
wherever they got those
and
phones.
just try to take foam.
Yeah.
I mean, you could use anything like foam or anything that like
Think
absorb
absorbent
like
shit like that.
carpets, anything that just absorbs noise in general.
Yeah.
Even regular furniture absorbs noise. That's like,
Yeah, that is true, but
it's
not
just
as much
something
as
to
like
bounce it back
yeah,
to you.
facts.
Keep it in one area rather than hitting a wall and continuing on.
I agree. So I'd make that room kind of for them. And so once all this went down, the family plan would to be to try to get them all together and down with this plan. You know what I mean? But like they got no other choice but to follow it. So regardless if they following it, they're gonna be in CNC there. That's really just the plan, bro. Just making sure they're all there, and if they're down with the plan, then we go from there and then just follow us.
Realistically, do you think they could actually make it though? Like, be honest. Like, do you think they could? If they were to go on that adventure, who do you think would arrive, and who do you think not would arrive, or do you think any of them would arrive?
Like if we're going through shit, probably they wouldn't survive.
Well, if it's like day 2 or 3, yeah, you're definitely going. It's
Yeah.
not shit ain't sweet no more. I definitely believe that.
Nah, facts. Yeah, well, so that's why I would probably try to get them get them here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Get them here with your mom. They all stay in the crib up
So
until we
like
able
day
to.
1, right before we go, you would
Yeah,
try to
it's
get them
probably-
over. You'd be like, yo,
yeah.
get over here.
I don't know why we put the family. I guess we just thought about that shit.
We thought of
way
it
later.
like as we were going on, yeah.
Yeah, but either way, so that family plan would be obviously the first one, like how you said you called your dad, and then I'd end up calling my moms and shit, see where they're at, see what they're doing, and if they heard about it, and if so, I'll explain what we're trying to do, and then pick them up, and that's where it starts off.
Cause and back to the family, I also don't expect my dad to like not go to his mom.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, especially that for
You
sure.
know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
I don't. If he's like, I gotta go to my mom, I'd be like, well, I can't look at you like you fucked up for that.
Nah, true. I would have to.
It's almost
respect
like I respect that. I agree. You know what I mean? I understand. This
Real
kid
talk.
on fucking Clash, bro.
that. Yo, bro, my multi ultra tower is done
I don't
upgrading,
give
bro.
a fuck,
I'm sorry, bro. I got
What the fuck, bro?
Bro.
Women, if your man is playing Clash, it's a red flag, and I'm playing it.
Cause it's the red flag and I'm playing it, bro. It's not a red flag, bro.
No, it's actually not. If I'm thinking about it, it takes like 14 days to like upgrade one thing. So if he has a really hard base, he's very loyal. He's very, very loyal because he waited days for one item to upgrade, so that he can wait days
And that's only for
to
one
upgrade
level.
another.
Yeah,
So
for
that he
one
can wait
level up.
days to upgrade another.
Not even days, but weeks.
Yeah, it's like it's like 16 days.
Maybe 16 days, yeah, bro. Look at that hammer gym is up. But yeah, so that's what I would try to do. I try to get them all up in here. Hopefully they can get it all survived. And yeah, I don't think though, like if it was really to go out, like all together and out, and shit really went down, like a lot of zombies were just coming after us and shit, like
I would
raiders or
not want to
whatever.
do big groups.
Nah, definitely not. Hell no. But I don't think they would be able to survive though. They just don't have that instinct to survive a zombie apocalypse like that, especially with the kids too. That's something that you gotta.
You don't think they have
gotta-
like the survival instinct?
Nah,
Like it won't. You think they would? You know how fight or flight? You think they would
they just run.
fight,
try to get-
fight, fright, or like where they'll just like freeze?
Yeah, they're probably just like free. Like what the fuck, you know what I mean? I think,
Excuse me.
especially my mom with the kids, you know what I mean? First thing she would think is just safety, get into safety, you know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
So like being able to fight and shit like that, nah. They would definitely have to be in the safe zone.
How easy do you think it would be for you to kill?
Pretty easy, if I'm gonna be honest with you.
Like you
Especially in a world like that where you know it's either like it's life or death, or they'll team up with you but end up betraying you if rations get low. You know what I mean? In that world, sure you could be nice, but I think eventually at the end of the day, anybody could betray each other.
Mhm.
So
course,
me
yeah.
personally, if I were to go raid a crib or some shit like that, and there was somebody there, I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta get got. I'm not taking no risks. Not in
So
that
let's.
world.
I'm gonna give you different scenarios. Because I remember us trying to say that. What if you go into a crib, man, woman, child?
Yep.
And that's their little spot. What are you doing in that moment?
Kicking them out, bro. I don't know if I could kill a kid, but
Well, let's say it's not for like to live. It's just a raid. Like you just were like, fuck, I'm gonna see if there's anything in here.
then I'd probably raid them for sure, and just stick them up.
Give me your shit type shit.
Yeah, like that. Sadly, but I think that's the only way you would have to really do it. You know what I mean?
And okay, another one. A guy asking for help. He's visibly actually wounded. Like he actually got hurt. You helping or no?
Depends on the area I'm at. If
Like,
it's in like a very sketchy where you know like he could be injured, but there could be also his boys there like wanting to save him, but also waiting for somebody to save him so they could raid you as well and then take his boy to safety. See if you got meds or patches, whatever. You know what I mean?
yeah, let's say you were going through a building. Let's say it was like a mall, right? No, fuck that. Let's say you're going through a Target, like a Walmart or something like that, right? It's going to be ransacked, and you're going through it quiet. You think you're the only person there because you don't hear nor see anybody else. As you're going on, you randomly hear a shelving fall, cram, boom, everything, you know, the louding of metal.
Yep.
You hear someone shout in pain. You hear like, oh, fuck, you know, he's hurt. And then you start to approach over there. You start to get closer because obviously your curiosity starts to take over. You come across a guy his leg is now sliced wide the fuck open because of the metal shelving falling over him. He does not have a gun. No, he has a gun, but he's not pointing it at you, and it's not like directly like it's not like on his lap. It's kind of like on the floor, like fuck.
Yeah, because he fell.
No,
on his
he's looking
shit
at
as
his
well.
wound, and you come around. He looks at you. You look at him. And he asks for help. What are you doing then?
I'll take his gun, whatever weapons he got. I'll help him and just leave him like that.
So by help him, all right. So like
I'd probably
like, stop the
if he-
bleeding. Or
yeah, shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Try to stop the bleeding. Probably put a little tourniquet on it. You know what I mean? Try to put pressure on that shit.
Mhm.
And if I got material, I'll probably just wrap that bitch up for him with gauze or whatever. And then after
just be
that,
like,
you're
good
on
luck.
your own.
Like,
You're
good
good luck,
luck.
bro. You either make it out, stay here.
Yeah,
Just.
yeah.
But I'm taking your shit, and I'm.
Now, obviously, I don't even gotta ask you this one. If it's a fucking 1v1 square up, I already know you're going.
I'm
you're,
probably
yeah, you're
running
just
away.
fighting. You're fighting. That's
Cuz
not
just
in a
stopped what he
million
said and
years.
just looked at me dead in my eyes, like, bro, don't lie.
Cause it is. That's a bold-faced lie. 'Cause
How'd you know?
Cause like if it's a scenario like it's like I'm not gonna give you like an unfair one where this guy has a fucking automatic machine gun and you got like a sword. No, obviously by then you're like, oh fuck, my odds of winning this are not really in my favor. I'm gonna choose to fight another day. Any person would. But if it's like, let's say you with like just a pocket knife, not a pocket knife, a little knife. You got a little dagger. You're going on a fucking little run.
There's another motherfucker.
And then there's
like
another. You bump into another motherfucker, and then he got his own little poker.
But this time he ain't so forgiving.
Yeah, and
He's
then
like,
you guys kind of like
shit.
look at each other, and you're like, and then you just kind of you both subtle simultaneously just end up squaring up. I know you're not. You're gonna. I know you. I don't like. I'm not you, but I have a feeling you're gonna be like, okay. He has a knife. I have a knife.
It's a fair fight.
We fighting.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't believe like you would be like. I just from
I'm
me
not
knowing.
out,
I just
bro.
know, even if you were to. Even regardless of the possibility of losing, because if it's a fight, you never know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean?
That is true.
You even if that was a chance, because it is, you wouldn't care. I know you wouldn't care.
Yeah, especially
so
in
I
a
know
world like
you
that,
would just
probably
do
not,
it.
yeah. I agree.
I know. I just know. Now, if it's infected, I think any person is gonna definitely weigh their odds a bit more.
Oh
by
yeah, if it's
then.
infected, I'm out. I'm turning the jets on, unless I got a weapon and it's just whatever. But
Yeah, of course.
Like
Any
an actual-
normal person is gonna weigh their odds heavy.
yeah, for a fact. Even unless I got like a long range, if I got my machete, I might take a motherfucker down. You know what I mean?
You can handle a little couple, but if it's
Yeah,
like a
like if
huge
it's
ass
running
group,
at you, oh, gone, out, bro,
yeah.
gone. But like one good swing with a machete, if they're running towards you, forget about it. The force
Yeah.
of them running and the force of you actually swinging full force, bro, sounds getting chopped off.
I agree.
Arm, head, hand, whatever.
I agree.
But yeah, I'd fight if it was a 1v1. I'd fight if it was a motherfucker in help. I'd help him, but take his weapons and also hit a lick on him, and leave him there. Be like, bro, I helped you. I'm not taking you to my base. I'm not bringing you with me. I'm sorry, that's another mouth to feed right there. I can't do it.
So now we are gonna go into a bit of day 4.
Well, what about you? We didn't talk about your situation. What would you do in
Oh.
those situations? Explain yourself a little bit.
If I was in a 1v1 fight, I think I would fight one because I don't think if I was already surviving in an apocalypse with one personally, I don't even think I would really want to.
Yeah,
So if I
but-
was already surviving, I think I just would not care enough to think about my own life.
and realistically, we probably would never be caught solo either.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be if really in this world if me and you were together, I wouldn't go on a raid solo. And I wouldn't let you go on a raid solo, and I know you wouldn't let me go on a raid solo. You'd be like,
Facts.
"That's fucking stupid."
Even
What
if
do
it's a big ass building, you
Even-
take that side, I'll take that.
or even if
nah,
it's
we
small,
moving
you'd be like,
together.
"I don't give a fuck. Why are you going by yourself?"
Facts.
I know because we say that all the time. So, but like, let's say in the moment of the 1v1, I wouldn't care if I were to lose or if I were to win. It's just kind of like, fuck. All right, it's another thing I gotta do.
Yeah, something you gotta get through it, bro.
I think I wouldn't have a struggle to kill somebody if like those scenarios were to come by. I do think though later on, as like let's say I survive more and more, and I've obviously had to kill more and more, I think I would slowly fucking hate everything. Though I think because another question I put was like, would you try to be a good person? And I thought at first I would try to be. At the beginning I would, and I think I would definitely try to keep my morals. But I feel like if I literally every time I ran into another person, they just wanted
bad
to try to
outcome.
kill me. I know just me personally, eventually I'm gonna be like, bro, I just hate every single fucking person. Like if I see you, I'm just gonna, there's no point. Like why?
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna try anymore. So I know that would happen. But if there was a man, a woman, and a child, and I ran into the building and I was trying to raid it, and he was not putting up any sort of like fight or anything like that, I'd probably just ask him, what are the most important things that you need? Like what is something that you need today? What are the things you need today? Don't get fucking picky now. But what are the things you just need today? And then I'd probably leave those. I'd leave those, take everything else. And I would not fucking I wouldn't kick him out of the house. I'd probably tie him up so that if they were to try to restrain, I would be able to hear it.
That's for sure.
If I ran into that guy at the Walmart, and he needed help, I think I would help, and I think I would like. I'd take his gun and everything like to assure myself and to be safe in the moment of helping him, and then after I were to help him, I would probably just leave him a weapon. I'm definitely taking one of them. Like if he had a gun and a knife.
Yeah, like if he has a gun, I'll take.
I'm taking the gun.
Shit, yeah.
I'll give you the knife.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You try to protect yourself with that. But
Yeah,
like if
yeah,
he has a
good
gun
luck.
or something like
You
that,
know what
I'm
I
taking
mean?
it. Yeah,
This is my payment. You know what I
for
mean?
sure. Hell yeah.
Good luck. Now, if there was a person outside just being like, yo, help me, fuck him. I'm not helping you.
I agree. We've seen too many setups in games.
Facts. You ain't gonna catch me slipping.
Hell no.
Hell
bro.
no.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Even from the jump.
Oh, and
I'd be
also I would
ruthless.
not die by infected. Easily
Nah,
shooting
hell
myself.
no. Facts, bro. If I
Easily
get caught
shooting
up, bro,
myself.
one way or another, there's
Yeah.
a bullet going in one way and out the
Yeah,
other.
you're not getting me, bro. So into day 4, let's say now supplies are a little dwindly, right? What are some places? Give me 3 places that you would like to raid for supplies. So like, what are your think of like the most like in that kind of a zombie apocalypse in a group? What would be like some of the most important supplies you try to go after, and what are those places in our area that you would go after?
One would definitely be food. Where I would go for that, my first thought where I would try to go is probably try to go to my old restaurant, Tides.
Okay.
Try to get there. I know they got mad shit, mad food wise. You know what I mean? It's a restaurant, and so that would be one. Second is what I would try to scout out for a whole nother. Well, what are we running low on? Like just food, or just in general? Like
It's running low on food. We got what? You, me, my stepdad, my mom, your stepdad, and your older sister, younger sister, 2 of your younger brothers,
facts.
and then what? Your fucking 2 grandma, your uncle and grandma that live all the way at the top.
Yeah.
So that's
over
like
there.
that's 11 motherfuckers. So you got 11 mouths to feed of a something in the morning, something at midday.
Well, that's the thing. You got to stretch it out.
and then like at something but like for kids, you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
I get it, like you're in a zombie apocalypse, but like to me personally, just kids are kids. You know what I mean? Like you gotta. I'm already my body as I'm older. I'm pretty much at my max build. Yes, I can eat more and work out more, and I will and gain muscle and everything like that. But like I'm not growing taller anymore. Like I'm not gonna grow taller anymore. My bones aren't gonna get really any more stronger because they're not really developing anymore.
Yeah, I mean, food wise for me too, though. Like
I would just.
I know I would be able to like eat minimum and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
I
be
mean,
restricted
that's
like
probably
that.
why I'm so fucking skinny. Is because I eat minimum. Fuck you, food. Fuck you, eating disorder. But
Yeah,
like,
it's a bitch.
it's still it wouldn't affect me. It wouldn't like hurt me. So if it was like, well, fuck it, sacrifice a little bit of my food so that the kid can eat more shit, my motherfucker might be taller than me here.
No, facts. Yeah, same here.
You know.
But like at that point though, like in the
But-
zombie apocalypse, you ain't
yeah.
making fucking meals. You know what I mean? You making like
Nah, hell
little
no. You
shit.
getting soup, potato
Yeah,
soup,
shit like that.
90% water, 10% potato
Exactly, bro. As long as it fills you up, you chilling.
type shit.
Chilling.
If you're full, you're full.
You're full, yeah, till the next day. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
But,
I gotta hear
um,
your stomach growling.
Hell yeah, bro. But yeah, I'd try to go raid the Tide, see what I could find in the basement, because you know they got a lot of meats and shit like that in there, a lot of condiments, whatever. Second spot, I would try to scout out another like pharmacy, try to get meds. You know what I mean, shit like
I
that.
was about to say, this will probably tie even into you, but I'd raid Excelis because they have a whole cafeteria section,
Yeah,
and it's down your fucking block.
literally. Yeah,
they
there's 2
have,
spots that got little cafeteria spots like that.
They have a whole, but like my stepdad used to work there. They have like a whole dead ass like cafeteria, where they just have shit that you can just go up and collect stuff. They have food out in like their own little coolers in the like walk-in coolers in the back. They have a whole kitchen department.
Fact,
the
that's
whole
what I'm saying. Like
storage
the walking cooler
department.
and shit. Yeah,
My dad has also dropped off knives at another spot there when he used to deliver
True.
knives that also have their whole kitchen, their whole like cooking station, their whole like ingredient area.
It's a
So I
good
would
spot.
definitely raid those places for food, because I don't think people, unless they worked there, would
They
think of,
know.
oh, they're gonna have a cafeteria or like some sort of
Yeah.
food. You would mainly think, oh, that's probably a fucking
It's just a
factory
shop,
warehouse or
yeah.
something. And they're right down the street. And also in that field, there's also pharmacies in your area. Like right when you take the right, there's the bio fucking.
The
company.
bio-resolutions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
don't
is
think they would
true.
have like
I don't know. If
medical
they,
supplies?
I don't know, bro. To be honest,
I
with
feel like
you.
I feel like Excelis might also have
think
a
so.
medical department,
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't.
because they
I'm
also
not sure
in
about
that building they also have like they also fabricate in there. So I feel like they gotta, for that size of a building.
Yeah, that shit is fucking
I
huge.
think
bro.
they would have like a medical department.
The biggest one there.
Yeah, yeah,
That'd be some good spots to raid right there, or check them out at least.
yeah.
Supplies or whatever.
For a pharmacy like in that general area, I don't know of a pharmacy around there.
That's what I'm saying.
So
We'd have
that
to
would
take
be
a trip
that'd
to
be
look around.
that'd be pretty difficult for me.
Or just a drugstore in general, you know.
So I think that's probably one thing that would be hard for us to find is definitely
For
like
sure.
pharmaceutical goods. If I were to rate another place like for like supplies and necessity,
It's a little. No, I would say it's a little tough to kind of.
It is kind because I want to say police station, but I feel like realistically people will be there. I feel like people are already gonna have that.
I think so, bro.
I feel like people are gonna be like weapons, police, like you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
for a
like
fact.
I wouldn't thinking about that if it were to be a real life scenario. I wouldn't.
And
really
that shit
be
would
like,
probably
"Let's
be
go."
empty by the way. You know what I mean?
If someone
Like,
got in
either
there,
way.
it would be taken.
Yeah.
It'd be all taken.
Because once shit was declared the fucking zombie apocalypse, you know, every officer's there, they're taking all the weapons. All right, we're going to this military base or whatever. You know what I mean? They mostly got a plan for government shit like that. So all that shit's probably rated already empty. I would think.
I would think too as well. So
Especially shit like that.
I'd probably say just raid like another like hardware general goods store, or I'd raid a fucking like an auto repair store or something like that. Things for cars. If we got fucking forklifts and
facts.
trucks and personal vehicles, you're gonna need to upkeep those. You gotta oil. You gotta do oil
Definitely, yeah,
changes.
that
You
is
gotta
true.
change your fucking filters. You could run them without changing them, but eventually they will pop on you. And in a zombie apocalypse, you're not gonna want to take the risk and have something
ain't
that's
tryna break
actually
down.
working right now to pop. So you're gonna want to upkeep those. So yeah, that'd
That's
be my
actually
third
pretty
place
smart,
that I
yeah.
would rate.
That's smart right there. That's good. I like that. I didn't think about that shit actually. With all the cars that we're gonna have, bro, fucking A.
So I'm saying if you're gonna have like a Ford truck, because they are there, you're gonna have to find propane and not.
Facts.
And they're not propane isn't in like your general fucking goods store. That's like in a
Nah,
specific
definitely not.
hardware store. I mean,
Behind
granted,
cages
it's
and
at
shit.
Walmart, but that shit is behind cages, barricaded, and I know for a fucking fact it's right in the open. Anybody can grab that.
Anybody, bro.
That shit's not gonna be there for that long.
Nah, I agree. I agree with you. That should probably be one of. I want to say the first, but that shit's definitely gone, bro. Quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
Because it can provide like a fuel source of fire. So
Yeah.
it's one of
I
the
was
people
also
will grab.
thinking trying to find a generator.
Boom,
You know what I
hardware
mean?
store.
Shit
It's like
that.
going to
Getting
like a hardware
generators,
store.
That we're gonna have to stock up on gas, bro. Gasoline.
Yeah, gas stations and.
That's the
siphoning
one
off
thing
of
too.
cars
We
and
didn't
shit.
mention yet, but that's probably one of the.
Well, I guess you can
In
go to your
between
your automotive stores that you try to get gas, siphon off gas. But I mean, no, because they wouldn't be there. You have to go to a gas station.
Yeah, you can load up those.
So I mean, I
big-ass
guess your third
crates
can be
and-
gas station.
You know what I mean? Yeah, true. Yeah, because generators falls in that hardware store.
Yeah.
So I say definitely gas station for all the gas we could take. Fill that bitch up. You know those crates those motherfuckers be having, those big ass fucking plastic crates. They
Yeah.
just fill up with gas.
Yeah.
That shit.
What
Granted,
are-
it might not last you a long time, but
What are 5 things that you think you would miss from the old world? Old world meaning this one in real life.
one I would say definitely the comfort of just
Your home.
yeah, being able to just be carefree and just what I would miss on a daily would just being able to take a nice hot shower and just getting into bed with no fucking worries and being able to turn on a console, a PC, whatever. The comfort of just being there, chilling out to worry about it. That's definitely one thing I would miss. Another thing I would miss would be good home cooked meals. So I know for a fact we're gonna be only rationing. We're gonna cook like a little.
You're not like,
like-
legit cooking. You're kind of just like
You're putting
picking at
6
the
pieces of
ingredients.
bacon on there. All right, 1 piece each. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Until the end of the night, then we might eat like a little snack, and then that's
Yeah.
it for the next day. You know,
You
what I
might
mean?
get like one burger or steak and split it between everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like that. So I definitely would miss those two for sure. That's the inevitable.
Yeah.
Inevitable. Whatever you say that shit.
What?
I can't say the word.
What
In-
would you mean by that?
Missing it would be the inevitable.
Inevitable?
Yeah, that shit right there. I kept stuttering for some reason trying to say that motherfucker. So those would definitely be one of the top 2 right there. Just the comfort of being in the home and having carefree thoughts. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Besides what you got to do, your bills, whatever. But so that's 2 right there. A third one would be being able
Sorry.
to you good. Being able to just get in my whip and just going on the highway and going fast. I know for a fact it's gonna be a lot of
It's gonna be
of
clustered.
blocks on the highways, fucking broken down cars, cars just don't work no more, blown up or whatever, crashed and shit like that.
Yeah.
So me, I don't drive, I don't like driving a lot, but being on the highway, being able to speed and smooth, I'm gonna miss that, you know what I mean? Being
Yeah.
able to be out there and doing all that shit.
Yeah.
And now you gotta be cautious in everywhere you go, any street you go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the zombie apocalypse world. So that's 3 things I would miss right there. A 4th, oof. That was like the only really main 3, because that's really what I do. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so I'll give you a little time to think of your 4 and 5.
And shit like that. What about you? What would you
For
miss?
1, I agree with you on the home cooked meals because I'm going to 100% miss coming home from work and there being like, and my mom having the day off And then she was like, I made all of this.
Yeah, and you
I'm just like,
can't-
yes.
Where it's like a mix of like rice, chicken, and then
Yeah,
like broccoli, whatever,
beans,
everything. You know what I mean? You
salad,
can't do all
everything, or
that.
fucking shepherd's pie, mashed
Yeah,
potatoes,
you
and
can't
then
do all
like
that.
cornbread.
That's
It's like,
already a week's worth done and
that's
gone.
what, that's what, that's
You
what
know
I'm
what I mean?
saying. Like, you're not
So-
just cooking a bunch of things that
Yeah.
consume so much. Granted, you could feed a lot of people, like give them more nutrition, but it's gonna cost you so much more that it's
Yeah.
almost like it's not worth it.
At that point, is if
The trade-off
as
isn't
long
worth
as
it.
you get some food in your stomach, you're good.
Yeah, as long as you got some sort of energy.
You're good.
I would also kind of that's funny. Another agreement is like, I didn't think of like the hot showers, but like being able to like just hop on with the boys. Like, being
Yeah.
like, yo, you want to hop on there? Like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
And then you guys hop on, you
exactly.
guys start just dying laughing, and then just shooting the
It ain't
shit,
there no more.
shooting the shit like in Discord. Like, I'm gonna definitely like miss that, reminisce about that. I would also say I would definitely miss the freedom of just doing whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's
I
what I'm
don't.
saying. But like,
like,
the freedom of it, you
I can just go anywhere. I can go anywhere right now. I can go anywhere right now. I can do anything I want. I could walk around my basement butt booty ass naked. I could go outside butt booty ass naked. Granted, I might get arrested, but I could.
facts.
You know what I mean? You could do that in zombie pockets, but you're
You
not.
ain't trying.
You're
Yeah,
not.
Mib, you're
You know what I
not,
mean?
bro.
You're not. Or like just being able to just fucking play guitar as loud as I can on an amp. I can't do that in a
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse. I wouldn't be able to. Blasting music as loud as I could. I wouldn't be able to. Like the freedom of just being able to do whatever I want.
That's another thing that would kind of hurt me about music, because
Yeah,
I
you
love
love
music.
music.
Like, I hear that shit on a daily, bro. I wake up, boom, music is on.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
you love that shit. I also think I would miss social media. As some people are like, that's brain rot.
I'd miss Clash.
While it may be, but like sometimes you just go on that for a little laugh or a quick laugh. You're trying to
For
fucking
sure, you need that little entertainment.
what's funny,
You know, what I mean? Yeah.
someone posted something funny, and then now you won't be able to just click on that and watch. You know what I mean? That's not YouTube videos. Watching all that's. I mean, YouTube might still be a thing, but to have the time to just sit down and just watch something
You won't be
for
able
however
to, bro.
much time, yeah,
Your mind's just on
or-
survival. Like,
or
alright, what's the next
just-
step?
to sit down and just enjoy it, you're not really gonna have that. Like, you might have it at night, but you might take that time to fucking do something to prepare for something you got to do tomorrow,
Yeah,
or spend
facts.
time with the people that you have, because you might not make it tomorrow. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
you'll be doing those things other than that. So those are, and for my fifth probably thing that I would definitely miss, that one's a little bit difficult because there's not much that I necessarily like do. I'm an introvert. You know what I mean?
So I'm saying I don't
But-
do a lot of shit, bro. Out. I'd miss going out with my sister having drinks, bro.
I mean, you could drink in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, but it ain't the same though. You know what I mean? Like, you go out to a vibe, you got music going and shit.
True.
Got
True.
lights and all that.
So you would say going out with family?
Going out with family and shit like that, yeah. Spending the good quality time, I guess,
Mhm.
with no care.
I respect that.
Being able to get fucked up, blacked out, and go home and still wake up. You know what I mean? Without having to worry about it. I'd miss that shit. That'd be like 4 and 5 right there. Going out with the getting fucked up. I definitely gonna miss the weed, the cocaine. That's definitely what I would miss, bro. As well,
Honestly, I didn't think of that.
them drugs.
That
Drugs
would go
got me
away. I
fucked
think
up.
I'm gonna miss weed.
I definitely would miss some sluts, bro. I'm so dead ass, bro.
So that's the sixth.
Count it, bro.
And what do you mean by sluts there, bud?
Yeah, my dick wet.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The drugs got me fucked up, but the sluts got me drugged up. That's the
Okay.
only reason why I'm fucked up,
Okay.
is because, you know what I mean?
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah, I get you. I'm clocking you.
You clocking that. I didn't know if you was gonna clock it, bro.
No, I'm clocking you.
Word.
I'm clocking you.
That's definitely what I would miss, though. Drugs and sluts.
So you're
Strip
gonna,
clubs.
You're gonna okay.
Fuck, bro.
So you're gonna
Damn, man.
you horny bastard.
Cause
You're gonna miss busting nuts.
I'm a miss busting nuts, bro, in a bit. You know what I mean?
No, honestly, I think that's yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
think
bro.
that's
Like, a
not
man's
even-
gotta
I think
have a
that's not
pleasure,
even,
bro.
I honestly don't think that's not even bullshit, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, a man's gotta have a pleasure, especially in a world like that where it's
Not
fucking like
not only
fuck,
just
man.
a man, bro, but fucking girls.
Well, generally, yeah. You know what I
Woman,
mean?
woman, men. Let's be honest, bro. You go through enough bullshit in a fucking couple days, you gonna lay down and be like,
You just want to feel some pleasure. You know,
I'm
you just
trying
wanna
to,
feel-
I'm trying to fuck or get fucked.
Yeah, you know what I mean? For a fact, bro. That's what I'm saying. So I miss them
We
drugs
human,
and
we
sluts
are
and all
human.
that
Let's
shit.
be real. We ain't
And
gotta
we got
bullshit.
needs. Yeah, hell
We ain't
yeah.
gotta bullshit each other.
So there's 6 things I guess I would miss.
Yeah, 6 things that he would miss. and my
7 if
5
you
things
include the
that I-
chef club. I mean,
No, we're definitely including that.
alright, so
100%.
7.
100%.
So 7 then. Bro.
Yeah.
That's funny, bro.
Do you think you would even want to survive in a new world?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So there goes that question.
Simple. I'm sorry, and if I can explain why, I'd say because one, to have to build everything from scratch and really like go out raiding and shit like that.
Mad work.
It's a lot, bro. It's sounds easy, but it's not. You know what I mean? It's a rough life.
Yeah, like you can listen to
Nah.
him and be like, yeah, I'm gonna attach spikes and put on all this
Yeah,
vertical
you know what I
shit.
mean?
That is ungodly amount of work.
It definitely
Even
is,
by
yeah.
2 people, that is an ungodly amount of work.
But if we have your dad, that'd be 3, and I can get you cheat. He knows how to boss, so that's 4. So maybe we can have a little help, maybe speed shit up. But either way, by then, that's still a lot of work for some fucking humans to get done.
Yeah.
To fortify a building.
You're still asking a lot for 4 guys to get done in a couple
Yeah,
hours.
I heard about your bomba.
Yeah,
Call
his
Bobby.
old ass is still alive.
I'm here, bro. But yeah.
My honest answer, gang, I don't even want to live in this fucking life. So you think I want to live in a goddamn zombie apocalypse where I gotta struggle for every little fucking thing? I'm good.
Yeah, you
I'm
literally
chilling,
struggling for everything,
eating
brother.
that bullet. I'm dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Honestly, like, there's not much you can. Now that I'm sitting here and thinking, what would you do for like day 5 and day 6 and day 7?
Day 5, day 6, and day 7.
Honestly, really, I think when it comes to like from our world, right? If we went to those places, we were able to get our things. I think really 5, 6, and 7. It really comes down to just establishing like the survival. Like this is the life now. So it's like we got to get used to it. Like
I was gonna say
I
that
think
same
that's
thing
when you'll
too.
start to fortify your base. That's
Even
when you'll
more
start,
when you get the time.
That's when
you know
you'll
what I mean?
start to
Same
get
with-
your spikes on your fork truck. That's when you'll be like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but the-
make a little bit of armor. That's when you're gonna like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna make it a weapon.
But
That's
for the
when you
bare
do that.
minimums, it just fortifying the building itself is the windows.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking as well, what would be another good base that I was thinking would be the paint shop. Because the paint shop got no windows. One way in, one way out is through the doors and the big ass bay door.
True.
You know what I mean? And if it's a building like that, we could try to make our own exit somehow.
See, the only thing with that place is in the summer, it has the green heads. I ain't trying to get bit by them bitches.
Yeah, there's a lot of them motherfuckers
And
out
it
there.
doesn't have AC.
Nah, facts.
I mean, granted, you're not really gonna have that in the zombie apocalypse, but that building
True.
gets unbelievably hot.
Well, that's because it got the ovens on though.
That is true.
So without it, it might just be regular.
That is true.
We never been in without it on off.
No. Gang,
Oh,
it
I
was so
haven't.
hot one time in there that even though I knew I was gonna get eaten by these fucking greenheads, I swapped to shorts, bro. It was so fucking hot. I was like,
Shit, I could never.
I'm getting bit, bro. I'm getting bit. I can't take it.
Fuck that.
I cannot take it. Like
I'd rather
my-
deal with the heat than all
my
those itchy
dick and
shit, bro.
balls and ass and just everything was so fucking hot. It was radiating heat that I could go into the bathroom where it was cool, open it up, put my hand above it, and
You
just feel
feel it.
heat
Facts,
just
bro.
enveloping from it. And I was like, gang, I don't give a fuck. I
Nah,
have a
real shit,
personal
I've been-
heater right now. I'm
Yeah.
done. And I swapped to shorts. I got bit a couple times. I took a couple lives from those bitches. But you know
Real
what I
shit.
mean? It is what it is.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You
bro,
gotta
in
do
those
what you gotta do.
situations.
But I was like, I'm done with this swamp ass.
For a fact. But yeah, so I guess that CNC shop in Beverly would be the spot to go.
It would be the best.
Yeah,
option.
best option for sure. First thing though, like I said, building is fortified. So day 5 is kind of when I think day 5 and 6 is kind of where we start to establish and talk with the family. All right, this is what we're doing.
This is what you
Family,
do. This is what
you guys
do.
are staying here. You guys try to come up with ways we can, and theoretically speaking, if we were to be able to get a physical map, right? Have them kind of do the layouts and shit,
map it out.
map it out. And like,
We're
granted, they
here,
probably
this is
wouldn't know
here.
like what's safe and what's not, but like, you know what I mean? At least they have a visual and an
At least
idea
tell
of
us
where we're
where
at.
certain buildings are, so we can be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go see what it is.
Exactly, yeah. So have them kind of deal with all that shit, you know, prepping like, foods or whatever, shit like that. Anything, come up with more ideas about how they can fortify more, what they could do for stairs, traps, whatever, shit like that, exits, shit like that. And then we'll just establish the main shit that me, you know, your dad or whatever, or if it's just me and you out raiding, that's just us. That's our job type shit. So day 5, I guess we could start establishing a little bit of those ground rules.
Ground rules and probably beginning of defenses of like,
What would happen if
Building.
a zombie got through or
Yeah.
fucking something were to happen?
yeah,
Start coming up with situations and shit like that to solve.
yeah.
And then day 6, I say that's when we kind of start to build our a little armory.
Yeah, I would definitely.
I say first start with weapons though.
I would. Yeah, I was about to say. I think I would try to
Regardless.
fabricate my own like sword or some shit.
Weapons and then armor.
Yeah, I would definitely try to make my own like plate armor because we have like rollers and
We
thin
got plenty
material
of
that you
those.
can do all that. Excuse me.
And since so I was thinking for armor, bro, like those little shields that I showed you, the little curved ones.
Yeah.
Like you said, we gotta roll it. We can roll it even more to actually have a more curve for our arm,
Yeah.
and shit like that. So I'd probably use. I think that material was like a 090. 090.
The one that you sent me a picture of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe like
You gotta rock like 050
for what?
for armor.
Think so? Nah.
I ain't trying to have some. I ain't trying to be weighed down and making hella noise.
Nah, that is true. Yeah, that is true.
Like you're not gonna have your whole entire body, but like you're gonna have elements where you're most likely to get bit or scratched, and also areas where you're gonna move a lot. You know, they're gonna
Definitely.
be a lot of contact. So I don't. While it would be good to have really thick armor because it would be like impenetrable almost, that shit's gonna be fucking heavy. If I'm carrying supplies, a weapon, armor, and then anything else that I gotta carry, I gotta luck that too. And then
Nah, well that.
if
not-
I'm hitting something that's gonna make noise.
I mean, even though like a whole stack of that 090 wasn't that heavy. So I don't think a full thing wouldn't be too heavy on your body. Aluminum is pretty light.
It is, but
Like, I
if,
carried
I
a
feel
whole
like if I was
stack.
wearing that all day and I had to run around and climb shit,
Yeah,
eventually I'm
nah.
gonna get pissed off of it.
For sure. I mean, not all day, only when you go out, obviously, but it probably would take a toll eventually. But that's when you just create with
Now
that
I'm
muscle.
thinking- But now that I'm thinking about it, it's not really gonna like bend with our joint. You know what I mean? If I gotta run and climb through shit, like it's not really gonna like bend in a certain manner where it's gonna.
That is right, actually.
You know
That
what I
is
mean?
actually true.
If I'm trying to like, if I'm squeezing in shit, I gotta duck under shit, climb something over.
Fact,
like-
unless you do like an 040, where it's like bendable.
Yeah. Where
Protect
like
you
if you
from
put enough
scratches
pressure,
and
it would
shit.
start to give way. Like that's why I'm like you may have to go a little thinner than you'd actually like to. Like I think you could have like a thicker one and then maybe like fuck it, I'm getting
a
rated.
thick one for like the back and like the chest, maybe.
Yeah, like your most
mean,
vital areas, you
yeah.
probably have some thicker for most protection. But I feel like your most movable areas, you don't want to have something that even it may not be a lot of weight. You don't want extra weight if you're gonna be exhausting yourself just throughout the whole entire day. It may not be
Yeah, I
heavy at
agree.
the start, but if you're running around, you're dodging shit, you gotta fight. Like let's say shit goes down.
Eventually, though, you'll
and
get
you
used to it.
You gotta
though.
run around. Yeah, you might get used to it, but how many times am I gonna have to go out before? And if I survive,
Nah, real talk, yeah.
you know what I mean?
Real talk.
But yeah, that's probably even though all that is a factor, I probably still would make that armor because it's.
I would
it'll probably-
regardless, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It probably would work.
For sure.
It has its flaws, but it will defend me.
Hell yeah, bro. I agree. Which is why I kind of brought up that idea of having a little armor made of aluminum because it's light. I mean, if even like I said, an 040 bends a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But an 040, I don't know if it would. You think 040 would stop a zombie bite?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming it would.
Yeah.
I don't think their teeth can go through that fucking.
Yeah,
Sure, it's thin, but like.
It's thin but like to think about like how aluminum and like think about how like the structure of your skin. If you were to put teeth onto it, your skin kind of allows your teeth to kind of grip. Your bone kind of allows your teeth to kind of grip. I cut out there. Your bone kind of allows your teeth to kind of grip onto something like your vein, your like muscly parts.
That just
It allows like something for your teeth to kind of almost hook into
Yeah.
and to create even more force. But if you have like a completely rounded like
Especially if
040
it's curved.
smooth thing
Yeah.
and they go to like latch at it, it's going to be a bit wider than your arm. So their jaw is going to have to go completely around it
To be
to
able to
then
get through.
completely squeeze over it. Because if they only get a little corner of it,
Sliding
it's
off,
just,
bro.
it's just
Yeah.
going to slide off a little bit.
That's fact. Especially if you
and-
pull back and shit. Too.
Yeah, and if you're just like, it's going to slide right off of the metal. And that may, over time of constant and maybe even
Yeah,
as
for
wear and
sure.
tear from going through stuff, it may weaken it. But that's why you constantly start to check it. You constantly
Just add another beat on it.
upkeep. Yeah, like
There's a little
whatever,
gap, a little gash.
whatever you
put a
gotta
beat
do.
up in there. Money.
I don't think it'll take like blunt force damage, or it's not gonna.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
it'll
so either.
stop like if someone's swinging a machete at you and you throw your arm up. I think it'll take like the first couple, but if they repeatedly are hitting it, it will give way.
Yeah, eventually.
So, but then again, like we're not invincible. The armor we're gonna make is not gonna make us invincible. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
still,
it'll protect us. It's
yeah.
just giving us a layer of protection.
yeah, it'll get it's
That's it.
it's an emergency. Like it'll protect you in for a couple worst
It's not like
case
wearing
scenarios.
a whole juggernaut suit and then
Yeah,
you're
it's not a
getting
suit of power
attacked
armor.
by a zombie. That zombie's not biting through any juggernaut armor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna take a long time if you're just there laying down for dead.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
it ain't nothing like that.
So like I would definitely like try to do that.
Yeah, definitely not no steel shit.
Fuck
Hey,
no.
He can't even bend that bitch.
Fuck no.
I mean, you could bend it, but not in the ways that we need for our body.
Like roll it.
Now you can roll it, yeah, but like you know how like you said like aluminum, you can kind of like.
Oh
play with
yeah,
a little
if
bit
you
of
put steel on your body, yeah, that shit is not giving away. It does not give a fuck. It'll break your body before it decides to give away.
unless it's like 10,000, 20,000, then you can fold it.
and
like
then
a
at that
taco
point,
and
what's
shit.
the point?
Who knows? I don't know. 30,000 might be stronger than a 40,000 aluminum steel. Think it might be stronger.
I definitely
For sure.
I think it would
Just
be.
a lot
I think
heavier.
it would be stronger, but then it won't like it'd be too stiff.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's what, you
I
can't
think it
bend
would
it.
be way more stiffer. And also, 30,000 is surprisingly a little bit of weight
That's what I'm saying. It'd be a lot
for like
heavier
the
'cause
full
it's
length
steel.
of like your thigh, your calf,
Yeah.
your forearms, your shoulders.
Just the leg, like armor. You're talking probably like
Even
20
plating on your chest, God.
Yeah, just for like the leg, you're probably talking about like 20 pounds.
Yeah,
You know what I mean,
which is fucked for
of steel. But if it was like aluminum, like 40, talking like 5 pounds,
Like
bro.
5'4".
Yeah.
You're not talking crazy.
Nah, bro, dead ass. But what's the next question over here? So we got the little armor. Well, that's day 5 right there. We kind of got.
That was
Day-
day 6, you said.
Day 6 is where we're kind of building. Sorry, day 6 is we're kind of building a little armory. We're trying to get an idea of how we can build his armor, and a
Mm.
little bit of the fork as well.
And now it is day 7. So if you were able to do all that, have a base, you did a couple runs, you got a good supply of food right now, good supply of meds right now. Blessing you. You got a little bit of armor on, you got your little basic armor on, you got your own little generic sword, you got your fork trucks at your little base.
Yep.
You got your little cars and shit. What are you doing?
I would probably, once we kind of got everything settled, me personally, I would probably keep on trying to, I don't know about raiding, bro, or scouting.
Oh, that felt good.
Maybe scout. I heard that, John.
That shit left the whole fucking imprint on my thumb.
But since all that just kind of established a little bit, I would definitely just keep a lookout and think of how we can set the parking lot as like set it up with traps on entrances, shit like that. That would probably be the next day of thinking, like a whole day of trying to think shit like that.
I would honestly, for me,
And how we
if
do
I
it.
survived that, if we survived that long for 7 days, I would want to like how you said on day 5, we would try to have them start to map out little things, our little routes
Yeah.
that we've run so far. As let's say we found they were able to map out like 1 or 2 routes, I would probably want to take a day and go down those routes and then establish little safe sections
Yeah.
on those routes. I'd probably from day 5 and 6, I would feel like, all right, the base is doing pretty good. My role is to constantly go outside. I would start to
Yeah.
slowly
And that's what I mean
build
by
little
like kind of
areas around my
scouting.
area that are safer and almost set up little alert traps. Like if something
Yeah,
wasn't-
exactly. That's
came
what I'm saying,
around like
yeah.
this certain corner or some, maybe a little couple streets down, like a street down, but I heard it because I had like a car alarm or I had some sort of bunch
That's
of
what I'm
metal hit
saying,
the
like-
floor or something.
Yeah, facts. So I guess that's kind of the same idea of like day 6 or day 7 is like kind of scouting to see what's really around again. You know what I mean? Like sure we can have
We're
the
on day
buildings
7,
for
remember?
yeah, day 7. So we got everything fortified, established. Like you said, scouting is probably one of the main things that we would have to do
Yeah.
continuously. It's just scouting.
If that's
to see
became our
what's-
role from like day 5 and 6 that we said that's our established role, I think the remainder of our times would just be doing that. It's
Yeah,
just constant
definitely.
scouting, constant supply runs, constant
And then
raiding.
just have the fam just like I
Until we
said,
die.
think about like what could we do for traps.
Yeah.
Shit, shit like that, or even to protect ourselves even more in the parking lot because we got a pretty big parking lot. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So I like that. And then, like you said, a good idea was having the shit that they already mapped out. We go check it out, see if it's safe, see if it's a good route to stay on or not, or avoid it, whatever.
Mhm.
So that'd be a good idea. midday or in day 7 as well, if they didn't take over that fucking the airport, whatever, right in front of us, I would try to raid that. Try to scout that and raid it. I think
I agree.
if they didn't take it over, then
Yeah.
that's probably one of the spots.
But just there's just no way. I don't see a world where they would not. Because that's the only place where that's a place where you can literally get off the ground.
Yeah, that'd
You
be a
can
lot of
bring
spots.
military. You can helicopters, small planes, big
Cargos,
planes,
everything.
cargo planes, airplanes.
That'd be like an evacuation
jets.
spot.
You know what I mean? Like you can.
until it gets run over.
That's what I'm saying. And they would definitely have blockades right at the front of it where motherfuckers are posted up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Day 7 right there. So it's a little bit of a thinking day and a scouting day.
Scouting day and a routing day.
Yep.
And yeah.
Basically.
So then that kind of just goes to, I guess there's not much you can go into more for like,
because then after that,
because realistically,
it's surviving.
it's now just survive. Yeah, now you
Now
just
you got
kind of have
everything
to
built.
just what we planned out. We just gotta
Yeah.
go along with it.
And eventually I would probably, like as days are going, depending on how the situation is, I would probably try to find a new base. And if I were to find a new base, it would probably be up where Leo lives.
In Essex.
Yeah, because there's like cribs that got mad space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought about going up there too, and it's a lot more like woody. Like there's a lot more land. There's not like house. The only problem that I like thought of over there is like, yes, there's not a lot of people, but the people around here are very gun happy. So I know that because of the people that I've met. They got guns. They talk about guns.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
They proud to be American. So so I knew that, and
America.
and if let's say we're going in a couple like weeks already, like lived at the original base for a little bit hypothetically, we decided we got to move on from it. It's a month or two into it. There's gonna be people already, certain sections out there that are already established, they're already fortified. So, and also I thought about getting out there would also just be so much more difficult.
Especially with everything we
so
got.
much more farther.
Hell yeah.
So much more farther.
I agree.
And their houses are good, like their houses are huge, but they're also very old. They're all olden homes. Like you could drive around that and you can see like every house is like slowly decomposing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
have
that's
to
kinda
like
fucked.
you kind of have to go deeper into that kind of area for you to like start to see the modern shit where the most recent houses are being built, where the city's trying to
Okay.
promote, we'll get motherfuckers down here. Like that
Makes
section.
sense on how that shit would be.
That section. But I just know that section would be way more populated and way more
Alright,
like
so that's a
already
no-go then.
like fortified, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessarily a no-go. It's just it would be a bit more difficult, and I think the people there would be a bit more hostile
Definitely. And
Then,
to transport everything would be tough.
off bat. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I say CNC would probably be the best option then. Overall,
Well, then there you
that's what
have
we
it.
got.
That is
That's
how
a
we
little
would try to
scenario.
survive our first 7 days. Granted, it may not be perfect, and it may not have made sense, but it made sense to us in our minds.
Yeah, that it did, bro. That it did. You know what I mean? Like thinking about, like talking about it, it's like it sounds like it's not doable.
Because if we're being 100% honest, realistically, it's not like
Not in a week.
like
It is
not
doable,
not in
but-
a week. Well, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me correct myself. Realistically, it is doable. Like you could 100% do
Yeah.
everything that he just said because it is possible. Like it's done for fun. You could do it. But the process of doing that in a zombie apocalypse, in the midst of everything going to shit, in the midst of everyone else trying to find out where they gonna be and what are they gonna do,
And if you never know when the electricity is gonna come out or
yes,
run out.
that too. You just the likelihood of you be able to get a gold jackpot like that is very low, and
Definitely.
and almost if you want it, you have to just go like immediately go for it. So
For sure.
it's realistic, very very difficult, almost damn near impossible, but is our version of survival.
Hear me out. Before we end this, I want to ask you a question.
What?
You know how we was talking about making weapons? What is the one weapon you would probably fabricate first? What would you do? I already know my answer. You want to say it? You think about it?
You tell me.
All right. So my idea for my first weapon that I would try to fabricate, and again, we're going to with his little theme about like Max Payne or whatever, all that spiky shit.
Mad Max.
Dumbass.
Dumbass.
I don't play that shit, bro.
I'm just saying they're two
Oh,
completely
fuck you.
different
All right,
franchises.
whatever.
Two completely different
Whatever,
styles.
bro.
One guy's jumping with guns in slow motion, the other one's in an earth covered in sand. Two completely different like gaming franchises and everything.
Fucking, they that different? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
miles. One's made by Rockstar, the other's made by fucking Warner Bros.
Yeah, true that. But anyways, one thing I would try to make is a spike ball. Spike ball.
Like the one on the chain.
Hell yeah. But I'd use aluminum though. Aluminum spear that we got in the shop instead of using a steel, because I'm not fucking swinging a steel one all around. You know what I mean? Unless it's a small one that weighs like.
I think you have to. I think that's the.
Yeah,
I think that's
probably,
why it's deadly.
Yeah, because that weight, huh?
Yeah, that's
For
why.
a fact.
Because all that weight hitting another solid object, it's
Facts.
like
If it's solid too.
Yeah, aluminum will do the job, but aluminum it's a bit of a softer metal, so it's
way
like
softer.
it'll do damage, but you why would you do little where you could do a lot of damage?
Yeah, that is facts.
And if you made aluminum spikes, those spikes would dent way easy, almost becoming damn near blunted.
True that. Especially if you hit a building or some shit.
Yeah, if you miss and you hit something that's also
yeah.
solid, yeah.
But all right. So if aluminum's out the way, we do got little small spheres that's like palm size, a little bigger. You know what I mean? That's like maybe like about a solid 10, 15 pounds straight steel. It's a sphere. That could be doable. So I'd weld that right there. But and instead of using aluminum spikes, what I would do is I would cut up like maybe 1/8 inch steel little like blades. It has an angle that's like flat 90, but has an also like a little 45 angle, so it's like it's pointy. You know what I mean? Put that bitch on a fucking a belt sander, right? Make it
A salt sander.
I know, bro. I mixed them both together, bro, and make that bitch sharp like a tungsten. Make that bitch sharp, and then just put them all around that sphere. Just weld them all around, and I'd probably fuse them all edges all around. Make it nice. Maybe. Nah, I'd probably add some wire actually. I'd add wire.
Add wire solely for reinforcement.
Oh yeah, for a fact, because you're gonna be throwing that bitch around. So I'd add wire on that and just fucking. That would be my main weapon, and then I would also weld a chain on it, so obviously I could swing that bitch. The chain would probably be like, shit, I don't know. I don't know how long I would make the chain. I'd have to think about that. But
well, it's also you can't really say it until you're actually like physically building it to see like how.
Yeah, fact.
So,
I'm saying.
yeah, you would. Add
But
a
that
chain.
would be my weapon. Would be a spiked chain ball. I mean, that's what that would be my first weapon to.
Honestly,
I would want to make or try to make.
For some reason, I can't really like when I think of like building a first weapon, I just kind of want to do like a really long sword or like or like
A little odachi.
or like an axe or like a blunt end. But to be honest, a weapon that I would really want to make and really try to, because I kind of have to now, is the hidden blade.
Yeah, that is true. That'd be
Granted, I think you could do it. I think it's possible. But I would definitely try to make a hidden blade.
Hell yeah, I like that idea.
I just think it's so much. There's so much use in that.
That and
You
one
can
thing
literally trick motherfuckers that you don't got dick. Then all of a sudden, wham, bitch.
come up to you and just
You know what I'm saying? Infected. You can just wham, bitch.
real shit
You know
right
what
to
I
the
mean?
dome piece.
Someone's holding on, wham, bitch.
Anywhere,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like you gotta wham, bitch. Like I don't.
Fact,
You
bro.
don't. It's versatile to me. Like you could just do whatever you want for it.
Yeah, that and also a hook.
A
A
hook?
four-sided hook is what we would need.
Like a grappling hook?
Yeah.
How the like on a rope?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought
just
this
to, like,
motherfucker
pull
was
shit
talking about a whole
down.
pook. I was like, there's no way.
Nah. With a thick ass rope, so we can just throw shit on it if we need to climb, or even just pull shit out, break
Yeah,
shit
it's
off.
actually pretty smart. Yeah.
That's one thing I would want to make as well. Four-sided hook.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the dying light hooks. It's 4 fucking hooks on it.
Well, that's also the most efficient hook. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's how all hooks are.
Yeah.
If you're using like shit like that, so it would be a hook and that spike ball.
I would
That's
try
what
to
make.
make hidden blade. Yeah.
And then after, I'd probably make a yari. A staff,
What's that? Oh, a staff.
for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
A staff. Mostly for like more for like the family. Long range weapons, but they can have some space, you know what I mean? Obviously we're gonna have like swords for them and shit like that too, like sharp shit we can make. But I think for like family it would be like those staffs, like long decent staffs with like a pointy end where they can just stab motherfuckers, keep their distance. You know what I mean? They ain't got to worry about getting close to them type shit.
Yeah.
So I'd probably make a shit ton of those for the fam.
I respect it.
For sure. They got to have weapons too, bro.
That is true. But that, ladies and gentlemen,
that's all I needed to know what the weapon was.
Is how we would try to survive.
In the first week of The Last of Us zombie apocalypse.
Honestly, I don't think I'd really survive long if it was real life.
Nah,
so I think I would die pretty quick. But that is my answer.
Same, but this is a question you never asked. Yeah, right? But it was a good one, though. I like the little story. Hopefully we was able to paint it out well for you guys and kind of picture the ideas and where we would go and how we would move.
And hopefully while you were listening to this, you were able to kind of imagine in your own head and come up with a little scenario. What would you do?
Yeah, and be like, oh, maybe I
would
would have done something
it?
different.
Yeah, in my town, what would I do?
I would have gone here.
Where would I live?
Exactly.
What would I do for my family? Where would I try to go loot?
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully that kind of gave you a little questions to yourself.
Hopefully you guys were able to paint a picture and ask yourself, what would you do? Thank you so much for watching. We have been Shoot Your Shits. I am your host, Matthias.
I'm Little Man over here. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Thank you so much for watching. And remember, peace, love, and positivity. Don't be an asshole.
Deuces.